Oh, guys, it is Friday night. Welcome back to the Average Boys Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I here with my boy Trigger. Trigger, what is up, my dude?
What's going on, man? I think I mentioned it last week, but I'm moving. Switching apartments, dude. So we are gonna be leaving September 1st. Gonna be moving to just a different place in McAllen. Kind of like really good, like in between like our works and school and stuff like that. So it's pretty
Exciting, man.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty slick. It's just one of those things like, hey man, I'm moving.
Hey, well, even better because you've got a great setup now. So like when you move, you'll be able to set up super easy, man. Everything will be back to Danny. Danny, what is up, my bro?
Danny?
What's going on? I feel like I haven't heard from Danny in such a long time.
Dude, right?
You
like
good to see you in the chat with us. Robert too, man. Robert, my dude. But that's cool, man. I mean, it's good that you're going to be moving to a new place. You're going to be able to probably save some cash. I mean, that's probably actually, like the main purpose.
Yeah, no, and it's going to be a lot smaller, dude, because we have I know that you know, Chris, but like we have a 2-story apartment.
Yeah.
So
it's a gorgeous ass apartment, man. It's like super high end, dude. John, what's up, my bro?
Yeah, and it's not that we can't afford this place. It's just that like with her being in school, me being in school, like we're like never here, and we just need something a little bit smaller to maintain. Mm-hmm. Because dude, this is a lot of real estate, bro.
Understandable, brother.
And so it's just kind of one of those things. It's just going to be better off for us. This time, like very much like with this place or like with this room, I have full creative control, complete creative control. The other one, yet again, full complete creative control. It is going to be like the second bedroom is going to be mine.
Very cool.
We've actually thought about putting a futon in it, and I think that'll probably be like the addition that we might end up doing, and probably moving some bookshelves around and stuff like that.
Okay.
What I may end up doing is put like shelves, but like like those like boxy ones, they sometimes use them for drawers and shit like that.
Yeah.
And well, I used to have one of those, and I turned that into like a drawer, into like a shelf space.
Okay.
And instead of using it as a drawer, and bro, fucking, I'm thinking about just doing that.
Very cool. I think it'll work. I mean, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's manageable, why not? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, my dude? I hope you got to see those shorts I sent you. Good job on sending us the one about the Mandarin. Guys, if you have not checked it out, there is some really, really cool Marvel MCU shorts that they brought out across the years that are really, really cool side stories. They're only like a couple minutes long, maybe like 8 to 10 minutes long. But there's a couple of them. I believe there's like, I want to say there's like six. Yeah, it's about 6 of them. They're really, really cool to watch. They're really fun. Jeremy sent me one today that was about the Mandarin, but it was about the old school Mandarin from Iron Man 3.
The trash Mandarin.
It was so cool. I mean, for what it's worth, like
Marvel kind of knew that. Cool. Ben Kingsley is the only cool thing about that Mandarin.
He's a great actor.
Oh,
and I mean, for purpose of keeping up on the times, we all know that Shang-Chi comes out next week.
Dude, I'm so excited for that now. Like at first I was like, fuck it. Right? Like who the fuck cares about Shang-Chi? And like now I'm kind of like, all right, dude, because like a lot of people, dude, a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely correct. There is a high mark on the Rotten Tomatoes thing. But the only problem with the situation is that we do not know
where it's gonna
go. I mean, in the sense, not even to where it's gonna go, right? But okay, well, I'm gonna put. Let me see if I can find the link real quick. I'm gonna put it to Danny, but while I'm talking,
it's in the messages. Send it to her that way.
Yeah,
it's in our messages.
Oh, did you already put it in there? No, you haven't put it in there.
No. When Jeremy sent it to us.
Yeah. I have it on this thing. I just need to copy link address. I'm going to put this right here in the comment chat for everybody to check out if you guys are interested. There is a YouTube channel that has them all kind of like listed, right? I hope it puts up right. That looks like.
Yeah. No.
All right. If that link doesn't work, let me know, and I'll definitely.
Well, because this is a playlist.
Yeah.
Because this is a playlist.
If that doesn't work, you guys let me know. If not, I'll send you guys individually what to look for.
Even if you were to just type in Marvel one shots.
Yeah.
Or MCU one shots.
I believe it's MCU one shots.
Yeah, it's like MCU one shots, and then boom, like it'll You'll see the playlist.
Yeah, but for research purposes, I went back and I started researching again. I saw Iron Man 3 to kind of see if they had any kind of callbacks to the Mandarin in that show. And man, boy, it was rough, man.
Yeah.
That whole film was kind of hard to digest. It just slipped my mind on how lightly they took it serious. And then again, it kind of dawned on me that I feel like the Iron Man franchise, for what it's worth in the Marvel universe, I think they started off strong because they were going with Iron Man as a creator. What's up, Brian, bro? How's it going? They started Iron Man strong because they were concentrating a lot on Robert Downey Jr., but they weren't concentrating enough on the distance on how far Iron Man was going to go as a character and how far the franchise was going to be able to be taken. And that's why I feel they didn't concentrate on his villain. His rogue gallery sucks, dude.
Yeah, no, dude, it was horrible. Like, and I love Iron Man. I die for Iron Man. But yeah, no, dude, they've been setting up the Mandarin his entire for all three of his movies. In the first one, he was captured by the Ten Rings. In the second one, the Ten Rings is what gave Whiplash the passport to come to America. And in the third one, you meet the ten rings and the Mandarin. And I was kind of like, dude, this is fucking horrible.
Well, not even to fuck around. You remember Ant-Man? When they go meet up with when they go introduce the Yellow Jacket costume and Hank Pym is in the lab. Yeah. One of the dudes has the 10 rings tattoo on his arm too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that one's super fucking random. Like, you got to know your shit to remember that, because it was so fast. But the Mandarin had always kind of been this character that's, it's always been, it's been in the background. Like, he's there. Like, that there's a dude. And now we have this opportunity because now Shang-Chi's coming out. Now, of course, we talked about it last week in the sense of how Marvel came out and said it was an experiment. A lot of people kind of took it wrong. And then we explained that it was because of the way that they are introducing the aspect of putting it in the theaters for 40 days and then allowing it to go to live stream. And the way they're kind of like saving on production, on promotional costs. And they're kind of using more social media and a lot of content creators nowadays to kind of get to see the show early and then get to talk about it and promote it as much as they can to their watchers to hopefully get people to go, which I think, and this is what I talked about last week too, I think it was a huge fuck up that Marvel did when they decided to show the Eternals trailer, which right now, zero traction. No one even gives a fuck about it. And they showed it at 2 a.m. in the morning on the tail end of them promoting an all Asian cast that, for what it's worth, China, from what I heard, is not digging it. And China did not support Black Widow. So they did not even show it in China. So Marvel lost a lot of money in that. But I have a feeling like they just wanted to ship on Shang-Chi by doing that with the Eternals trailer. Now you have Spider-Man, which Spider-Man itself has apparently had more views than the movie Endgame.
Yeah, then
like, it surpassed Endgame. And this was the situation that I was telling you, like, why would they do this to Shang-Chi? Why would they do this to their own film? Like, you know what I mean? Like, right now, Spider-Man is the highest talked about superhero in the last, like, fucking, since Monday? Like, it's the only thing people are looking at. No one gives a fuck about Shang-Chi. And I 100% think that it was like a sabotage, like a self-sabotage. Do they not want Shang-Chi to be successful?
Well, it's two different companies. So
but you would think Marvel would be like, yo, hold out on this. Our movie's coming out first.
Yeah, but they can't. That's the thing. Like, they can't tell Sony, hey, you can't release your property. It's not their IP, but it is their piece of property that they get to release and distribute any way that they want.
Crazy, man. That's fucking nuts.
Right? But it was also CinemaCon. It is the largest film convention in the world. Yeah. For them not to have released that trailer then would have been the fucking hugest fuck up on Sony's part.
Damn, man. Man, like, don't get me wrong. I'm going to fucking... Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about all that shit too, Robert. Like, CM Liu. And then not only that, fucking Aquafina's getting she's getting shit on right now too. So Simu Liao or Simu Liu or whatever how you say his name. He's getting he's getting deemed pretty heavy right now. Why? What's going on with that dude?
To me, honestly, dude, is he's a big drama queen.
Oh yeah, man.
I think he's a really, really big diva. And not because like
it's like a spoiled kid.
Yeah,
he's like a spoiled kid.
A really, really big spoiled kid.
Like,
if I don't get it my way, then it's fucking stupid. And I'm like, bro, like you're just getting your feet wet in the MCU. You should fucking chill.
I was 100% disappointed with him the other day because he made a comment which was like, you know, with the idea of Shang-Chi, like now Asian kids have proper representation and a hero to look up to. And I was a martial artist, and I was like, boy, do you not know who the fuck Jackie Chan is? Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Yung Bao, fucking Sammo Young. Do you not know who these motherfuckers are, dude? Like
Jet Li.
Yeah, and not even the fucking joke. I was telling my friend Christella about this. Like, those people aren't even fucking fictional characters. They're fucking real people that I guarantee every Hispanic kid that watched Jackie Chan on the fucking Mexican channels, that every fucking white, black, Asian, any kid you think of saw those people and wanted to grow up to be just like them. And they're not even fucking fictional superheroes. They're real life fucking people. And this dude's going to come out and be like, oh man, now we got proper representation of heroes on the media or on the cinema screen. And that's when I was 100% like, I don't like this kid. I don't like him. And then of course, like now it has, you know, it's drama that's surrounding him now. But the thing about the Aquafina girl is there's a lot of people that are upset with her because apparently like she like rode the Ebonics train and like the like try to be more like gangster black. And she like kind of like used that to kind of build her representation of her persona or whatnot. And there's a lot of people that are actually super offended by the fact that she did that she culture stole and she rode her way up there. And I mean, for what it's worth, I'm not a big fan of Aquafina. Like for what it's, you know, for what it is, I'm not really a big fan of hers. I barely even heard of her. But now that I'm kind of like researching it a little bit more, like this chick's like another, what's that stupid fucking comedian chick? The one that played Wreck-It Ralph? Sarah Silverman.
Oh,
she's
like, but Sarah Silverman is an actual piece of shit.
Yeah, like she's
an actual piece of shit. Like Sarah Silverman is like 100% a piece of shit, but like rides on it. She's like, yeah, dude, I'm a piece of shit, dude. Fuck it, whatever. Yeah. You know, like Aquafina, you know, yeah, she's just getting shit for cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you mean cultural appropriation of a fucking race that 95% of Americans appropriate on a daily basis anyway? Which is Asian culture?
Yeah, but that's the problem with the situation is that everybody culturally appropriates a race which is, I guess, deemed in the sense almost like racist on itself. I mean, people are trying to fix that in the sense of what it is. But then again, it's hard to understand.
Because she has black mannerisms?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? This is something that's very important because like, so I don't know if it's me by myself, but TikTok has a tendency to fuck me up and keep me up really late at night. I don't know if it's just me or if that's the rest of the world.
The rest of the world, brother. I guarantee you I can go into my Discord right now and be like, yo, how many hours do you spend on TikTok? And everyone would be like, too many.
Okay, well, with that, because of TikTok, I have now learned all the dudes' names and all the chicks' names in BTS and Blackpink. I never knew who the fuck they were before I had TikTok. I don't even have TikTok. I just have Instagram, which goes into TikTok.
See, even Daniela is like fucking sane, bro.
Yeah.
Same. Everybody.
Like, but straight. Like now I know who all these TikTok members are. Not TikTok, but K-pop members. And I never cared about K-pop and all this. I didn't even like it before. And now I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. These guys are actually really cool or whatever. But right now there's a lot of scrutiny on the K-pop community because of the fact that a lot of the characters in those groups, racial, I don't even know what they call it. They call it like racial or culture stealing.
They're culture appropriating.
But then again, it's like one of those things, like I've always said, like when you hear someone defend the K-pop community when other cultures want to act like it or take from it, they say you can't because you're not Korean. Like they'll be like, oh, here's an American squad that wants to be a K-pop group, but they can't be because they're not Korean. And it's like, wait a minute. Then what is K-pop? Like if it's not a style of a genre, it's not a genre then. You cannot call it a genre if it's not something that people can actually like attend to. That would be like if you want to make Mexican music, then you're going to make Mexican music because it's going to sound like the way the culture has created music to sound, right? You don't have to be Mexican to create it. You get me?
Yeah.
But a lot of people argue like you cannot do K-pop because K-pop is specifically meant for Korean people. And I'm like, bro, your entire culture, your entire K-pop genre is like 80% hip hop, rap, and boy band idols, all from Western stuff. And even from Hispanic cultures when they used to have like the boy bands like a Menudo and all those guys back in the day. So what part of it is Korean though? Like what makes it just because it's spoken in Korean? Like, I guess, is that what it would be?
I'm essentially,
it's just very weird.
Yeah. But then that also, with that logic, that just falls into the place of weenie hurt SJWs who are getting pissed off and weaponizing cancel culture.
Of course,
Aquafina for cultural appropriation, which I fucking think is stupid.
Yeah, because I would assume that that culture, like the hip hop culture and the hip hop scene,
then they need to go cancel fucking Wu-Tang Clan.
Is also would be recommended as a fashion sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like it should be like almost like a sense of fashion or genre of fashion. Like you don't have to. I don't know how to say it. Like, do you have to be black to represent that hip hop culture? Because then again, it's like, then what is deemed for like Eminem, Logic, and all of these other like white rappers that grew up and do all of that stuff? You know what I mean? Like, is it that the culture then comes together and says, oh no, they're cool. Like they get a pass or whatever. Like, what is that? What is that? I don't understand that. I typically don't understand that. Like it
honestly, like with dude. So I've been to Korea, right? That I've been out there. Not all of them are so like wrapped up in that, but at the same time, like, dude, being a K-pop star, dude, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
It's rough, man. I mean, because you're in a communist country. Was it communism, right? It's a communist country, or what is it? What's Korea?
Korea in North Korea, yes,
South
it's
Korea.
a communist.
What's South Korea?
Yes, South Korea is
Democratic?
technically, it's a republic.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. It's what it's called. That's literally what it's called. It's called the Republic of Korea. Although in North Korea they claim to be a democracy, and I say this because so very much like East and West Germany, they had like their official names and stuff like that. Like it wasn't just East and West Germany, right? In North and South Korea. In North Korea, it's the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the DPRK. And in South Korea, it's called the Republic of Korea, so the ROK, ROK. And like when I would interact with the Korean soldiers, they were called the ROK Army, ROK. Got it. And like a lot of these guys, like they love Korean, love K-pop and stuff like that. Fucking Psy from Gangnam Style and shit like that, dude. It was super fun.
Yeah, dude, that guy was the bomb. It was a bomb. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, well, apparently he also sang in North Korea about like he did some like anti-American propaganda, so they like canceled him. Whatever.
Oh,
dude.
is that why he kind of like just disappeared out of nowhere? Yeah. I thought it was because he started making like, I mean, he's like a one-hit wonder.
No, it's just supposedly because like he went to North Korea and did like some anti-American propaganda.
I mean, but that's like the norm over there, man. They don't want to fucking like Americans in North Korea, dude.
No,
unless you're Trump. Unless you're Trump, they like Trump over there.
Or Scottie Pippen.
Or that fucking no, Dennis Rodman. Scottie Pippen, bro. Fucking Scottie Pippen's like 3 feet tall.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? They're all fucking bulls, man. Fuck them. Whatever.
I mean, for what it's worth, like, okay, so like with the TikTok and then learning all that stuff, like I've learned a lot about different shit through the TikTok stuff. Like Danny said she learned a lot of like cooking hacks and cleaning hacks.
Dude, I have too. But at the same time, like when I watch TikTok, I see a lot of toxic shit.
Oh, fuck
there's a lot of fake woke shit that goes on, dude. And like when you go into TikTok, I mean, you gotta like keep a fucking mindset that like I'm not gonna be swayed so easily by like what I'm seeing. Because like I follow a lot of military TikTokers. I have a bunch of stuff. So the stuff going on in Kabul and stuff like that, you know, like I'm all over that, you know, listening to like every major like influencer, like military influencer talk about the situation, you know, and just how fucking shitty it is and just how bad it is over there and stuff like that. Dude, I get it, right? But you know, this like cultural appropriation shit that like Aquafina was going through, dude, fuck them. Like, what are they? What impact are they really gonna have on her career, dude? That woman has fucking been around. She's had cultural appropriation problems since 2018, dude. Since Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, I do remember that stuff.
That's like the thing that they're talking successful about. Yeah, exactly, dude. And guess what? Crazy Rich Asians was one of the best-selling fucking Asian movies in America ever.
I never saw it. I don't even know it. I never saw it. I just know Keanu Reeves came out of it for like 5 seconds.
Dude, it's amazing.
So but, Brian came out and said the issue is not the fact that the other races appropriate the culture, but what they are contributing or doing to grow the culture. That's where the problem is. I mean, it makes sense.
Which I get. You know,
it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I totally get that. You know, but at the same time, I mean, you know, like where exactly is she hurting the black community? She's not saying anything.
You see, that's the thing that's surprising, right? Like you would assume that if a person is using that culture, but then representing it in such a way that they're growing it, I wouldn't say growing it in a popular way or an unpopular way, nonetheless, but they are not being disrespectful to it, because I've seen people use the culture and be exactly what a lot of like the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of the SJW culture says is inappropriate. And they are, you know, they're somewhat like in the gangster level of life. So they're very intimidating or whatnot, or kind of like the out of control person that you can see. And a lot of people do not attempt to correct these people from doing that to the culture. Where like in the sense of like Aquafina, I don't think she's using it unless she has in skits, which I mean, if she's using it like the way Sarah Silverman decided to blackface or do things where it's like she's using that in a comical way because she knows or she thinks that acting that way is going to be funny, then, you know, it can be taken as a consequence. And that's the process of comedy. You either say a joke and you're super offensive, or you say a joke and it's very bad, but a bunch of people laugh at it because it's edgy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's very hard to say. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Aquafina's in the sense of like, I don't know who she is. So like you said in the crazy, crazy age sex.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians, a film. I don't know if she tried to appropriate the Ebonic black community culture or whatnot, or the hip hop culture, and then she was just doing it as a character to be funny, or she was actually like wearing the gear out popular because that's how she is as a person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I would have to really get into it, like to really like check out her character to see if she's something like that. But like 100%, I don't feel. I feel like right now she's getting attention because of the film, because she's into something popular right now. And the thing is the Asian culture is, you know, vast when it comes to its actings and its
they're also really touchy when it comes to their culture.
Yeah, of course.
Real touchy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, I get, right? You know, like the Asian culture has been shit on for a long time. Mm-hmm. Long time. And, you know, so like, I'm not even going to attempt to like even understand
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
That is 100% not my place.
Yeah, for me, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, and so that's why, like, I stay away from it. You know, like, you know, you've got a very, very large Asian community in California, right? And I'm not sure if you've ever kept up with this or if you've ever, like known about this, but there's like a huge wave of like anti Asian crime going on right now.
Yeah, it's been going on ever since the establishment of the coronavirus.
Yeah, dude.
It's been a lot. In Europe, it's worse.
Horrible, dude.
Yeah, in Europe, it's a lot worse.
Horrible. And so, like, I follow several, Asian celebrities, and they talk about it daily, dude. Putting up videos and trying to catch people who are, hurting, elderly and disabled Asians and stuff like that. Just random acts of violence. But with this cultural appropriation stuff, dude, like, she's doing no harm to the Black community than Wu-Tang did to the Asian community.
I mean, I understand it. I understand.
Yeah,
but it's like I said, like it does take a little bit of research because I'm very unfamiliar with this actress, and I don't know what it was like for her growing up. Like, what if she did something like Sarah Silverman did like 5 years ago? You know what I mean? And then
I've kept up with her career for a minute. Like I've seen her in several films, and like never once have I been like, that's not gonna fly. It's not like she's Bad Baby, some little fucking 16-year-old white kid who just immediately appropriated Black culture and was accepted by it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Or Whoa Vicky.
Whoa Vicky. Yeah,
same shit, dude.
Yeah, I do understand. That like tremendously.
So where are those people's bleeding fucking hearts for those two?
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like those two kids that are streamers, like they'll look at it and be like, "Oh, well, this is their persona. This is what they want to be made fun of or whatnot." Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no popularity into them in the sense of like where they're working with Marvel. It's different because when you're at the climb and you're a lot higher than people want to scratch at you more. They want to pull at you more, and that's what I think it is that's going on with the Aquafina situation. I think it's just playing politics, man. Like playing politics. That's really all it is. Because I mean, Siam Liu, like I don't really see a problem with him. Like, yeah, he said some stupid shit about him being, now Asian kids now have heroes, which that's 100% bullshit because Asian cultures have had a lot of heroes, a lot of fucking heroes. The entire culture comes from like a war-bound culture, and a lot of war heroes are still heroes to this day. You know what I mean? Like we fucking just saw, or what is it? Record of Ragnarok, and fucking they put Lebu in it. Lebu's been a war hero. Musashi Miyamoto, they just made a movie called Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1, and it was a 70-minute long take, a samurai fight scene that's 70 minutes long, an entire one take, and I'm fucking stoked. I want to watch that bitch so hard, and it's on YouTube. You can watch the entire thing on YouTube, or you can rent the goddamn thing, but I just want to watch it because it's so amazing. And then I mean, it's, anime and fucking manga, like you have your fictional characters. So Siam Liu, for him to say some shit to where like he's fucking, done something that pioneered some shit, I think it's stupid. I think pioneering wise, he's the first Asian superhero coming out of Marvel, I believe, right? So, I mean, that's cool. Like good on him, man. Fuck. I mean, even though Shang-Chi, everybody hates the fuck out of him, like, cool on you, bro. Like, hopefully they don't do you like they did the comic book character. But
I think that they're probably going to attempt to reinvigorate the character. I have no idea how.
Yeah, no idea how. Have to, dude. Because Shang-Chi in the comic books is just so fucking everybody hates his guts,
dude. And so I'm actually looking up the trailer for 400 versus 1.
Yeah.
Dude, I know this actor, Sakaguchi.
Yeah, he just made a movie called Ghostland or Ghost something with Ghost Town with Nicolas Cage. Yeah, we all love Nicolas Cage, man. Fuck yeah, I love Nicolas Cage. I got to see that fucking, what's that movie? Willy Wonka's World or Wonderland.
So the reason that I know Sakaguchi is look up the the movie Reborn.
Seen it.
Yeah.
It's the time traveling one?
No, Reborn is about this like hitman, right? And he like leaves like mid mission, completely. He's like, you know what, I'm done. Killed too many people, right? It finds this little girl. He's like, I'm gonna take care of her, right? And takes care of the little girl. He's like a fucking convenience store like operator, you know, like he works at a little ass convenience store. And for some reason, like his old handler is like, well, now we got to kill him. So then he like sends his entire team and assassins after him, and you know they try and kill him, and well, it fails. Like it totally goes to shit. And yeah, dude,
I see what you're talking about.
Dude, it is a good fucking movie.
So where I remember watching him from was Versus and Death Trance.
Okay.
Death Trance. Literally at his whole shtick, there's a dude that's going around. Do you remember in Cowboy Bebop? There is a dude and there's like a black guy carrying around a casket in like one of the first episodes, and he's going after like Spike or something like that. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
Like he's dragging. Well, there's a whole skit where like there's one guy like the best killer out in the market that's in their fantasy world is carrying around this casket. And that guy has to go kill that main guy because he wants to open the casket and fight whatever's in it, which is supposed to be like death or some shit. I don't know. It's super crazy. It's a great story. It's a great film because it has like badass fucking fight scenes, dude. They have like breakdancing fight scenes. Like, yeah, it's so crazy, dude. So crazy. But it was during that time when they were making crazy fucking martial arts films, dude. Like, fuck.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Check out Reborn. RE.
Yeah, that one looks pretty good.
And dude, the fucking trailer for it is amazing, right?
Versus is good. Versus was a pretty cool one to show. Versus was a pretty good one. Shinobi, if you look down a little bit lower at his things, there's a couple other anime or movies that are live action films. If you guys want, actually on my Facebook, I know Trigger, you got to check it out. I put up two of my favorite
oh yeah, and I'd already seen those.
Rival schools, kind of like high school gang, Japanese gangs. Crow Zero and Crow Zero 2 are probably like one of the best movies you guys could check out. Like literally, if you get the chance. I put up the link from YouTube on my Facebook a couple of days ago. Check it out. It's a great story. It's got some really great actors in it, man. Really, really fucking great actors. But yeah, man, the Shang-Chi guys, they're kind of going under a little bit of scrutiny. I understand people are going to be upset with some of the shit that they're doing, and I hope that they're able to fix that shit because nobody wants to get canceled cultures, especially when you're right at the beginning of your career. Yeah. Me, myself, 100% I'm going to get my fucking ass to the movie theater because I'm going to go see Shang-Chi because I am not going to wait 40 fucking days to stream it on my fucking... No, dude, and I think that's so fucking stupid. Oh, dude, for Marvel to do. I get their experiment. I get they want to make their money, but I 100% think they're going to fuck it up. I 100% think they're going to fuck up their shit. I don't think it's a good idea for them to kind of rely more on trying to force people to go to the theater.
Well, apparently streaming has actually lost them money.
Well, yeah, of course, because people don't like the opportunity of streaming movies is very good for people who are really about going to the movie theater and wanting to see the film on time. But a lot of people have moved away from caring about movies in general, seeing them when they first come out. I think that's what it is. I think it's just that, where it's like movies don't hit as hard because they're not in theaters. So like if you could just watch it at home, then you're just streaming shit. You're just streaming. It's like every other Netflix movie or whatever. Like it doesn't have the same vibe. But the idea is you still have people that are scared to go out in public. The world is barely opening up. And now Marvel is like, well, if you want to watch our movie, you better get to that theater. If not, we're going to stream it in 40 days. So you can just watch it in 40 days also, which is 100%. You're going to get that bitch spoiled on YouTube, on fucking Netflix, on your house, on our podcast. You're going to get your shit spoiled all week. People are going to be talking about that shit that go see it. And you're going to wait 40 fucking days. You're never going to be able to watch the movie. You're going to know about it before you even get the opportunity to go check it out. Like, can you imagine waiting 40 days to see a movie right now?
Exactly.
You're gonna,
literally, but it literally just proves my point that they're just going to lose money streaming it.
I don't know, man. We talked about this like a long time ago, and I said that, and I still stick with it. I think streaming films is going to be the next step in history when it comes to the theater. I really think. Do I think that they should allow the opportunity to stream 24 hours? No. Like when they give you like a $60 or what, like a $40 thing, like it automatically unlocks it and it's in your library? No. Because the thing is theaters got their money with the opportunity of making every person that goes to see the movie pay the fucking 20 something dollars or whatever for your ticket or whatever the fuck. That's how they made their money. So now it's like I can rent it and invite 18 people over and watch it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then
like think of Justice League, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like we I didn't
like
pay for
6 of us, right?
Yeah, dude, it was like six or seven of us at my house. Think of that, dude. Think of $20
each person. Yeah, that's more than $100 easy.
Yeah, dude, that's $120. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, bro, like streaming is gonna be cool, but they're either going to pay, like they're either gonna have to like make it to where it's like $20 and you get to see it for the day, or it's gonna be like, I have no idea what their business model is. No idea.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not in the fucking boardroom saying this is what we're gonna charge for X amount of days or anything like that. Or do like $60 for 3 days. Who knows?
Yeah, I thought, okay, so the Black Widow movie, when they streamed it, I did not assume that it was going to be like, oh, purchase Black Widow and Disney Plus streaming service and have it in your library for the rest of your life.
Pretty much, dude.
I didn't think it was going to be like that. When they did that, I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. For $20, $30, I could just keep that. That's awesome. I'll do that shit right now. Because I didn't think they were going to do it that way. Because I assumed that it was going to be like, buy it, watch it for like fucking 6 hours or 5 hours.
Dude, from what I've been hearing, AMC Pass is absolute trash.
What is that?
AMC Pass?
Yeah. What is that?
Dude, they got a bunch of shit for the way that they were doing their AMC Pass.
So what's AMC Pass?
Like AMC Pass, like it's like one free movie, like a month or some shit like that for like X amount of dollars per month. You also get like Frontline, like on a it's the AMC theaters, right? It's just how they do their thing. It was like one showing plus another person or some shit like that, like a month to any movie.
Okay. Well, I know AMC is a theater company, so it's like the pass, like the monthly, like for like a membership.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you get your rewards and you get your.
But they were losing millions. They were losing millions
because everyone was getting on the program, or what?
Yeah, and on top of that, like they were frontlining a lot of stuff, dude. And dude, it was they were just losing too much money. So after a while, like you just couldn't redeem it, or like when you tried to like redeem it, they would like backcharge you and shit like that.
Oh, dude, so they were
dude, it was on John dude, it was on John Campia's podcast, and he just straight destroys it.
Wow.
And he works for AMC.
I mean, but the thing is like the more rewards you give, of course, people are gonna want to jump at it. But dude, you're gonna you gotta be smart about it, dude. You can't just be all like, and that's what I think. I think they just got scared with the coronavirus shit, and they just kind of went wild, and they were like, "Oh, dude,
pre-coronavirus."
Really?
Oh yeah.
Damn, dude. Well, I bet you they're fucking getting shit on now. Theaters are done. You see, well, Brian thinks the same way I, man. There you go. Here's one. Theaters are done. Shang-Chi tanks, and then the merge to streaming starts. That's the experiment. I don't know, man. I technically 100% kind of believe that, dude. I really think that theaters are not going to be keeping up. There's no way they're going to make the same money they were making pre-coronavirus. I never think they're going to get back to that range. As long as there's constant, Delta variants and numbers climbing and declining and climbing and declining, and let's open up this and send kids over here and send people this way, and let's have a fucking event and let's do it's never going to go back to the normality of things. There's no way you're going to get people sitting less than a foot away from each other again in a box like that. There's no way. There's no way, unless it's like they're showing Akira and there's like 30,000 Chris's, then I'll go do it because I'm stupid as fuck. You know what I mean? I will 100% see. Or if you're gonna fucking show my boy Iron Giant at theaters again, bro. If you get 30 Krispies, dude, in a theater, that's gonna be the Iron Giant. All of us, coronavirus, dude. Straight up coronavirus.
You're gonna catch that shit again, dude, dumbass.
Dude, I'm fucking Iron Giant. I'll risk it for the biscuit, bro.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I'm gonna live forever.
I don't know, man. I just don't see theaters coming back from the coronavirus thing. I really don't.
It's gonna be a long time. It'll be a long time before it does.
Dude, everything, man. Everything's gonna have to be a long time like that.
Fucking, it really will be. It really will be. You know, it's, you know, like that's just the reality of what's going on right now.
I'll tell you, bro, no more Lubies, man. No more Thanksgiving at Lubies, man. I'll tell you that much.
Fuck Lubies. Dude, I don't like I remember I had a Thanksgiving at Lubies one time and I was like, this is for old people, dude.
No, man, they're good, bro. Don't be mean to Lubies, bro. Saves lives, bro. Saves lives for the people that can't cook, man.
What are you talking about? The people over 65?
Anybody that can't cook, man. That's college life, dude.
That's expensive, dog.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Fucking eat ramen, you cheap motherfucker.
Dude, you know what, dude? There was like a moment in my life that I was like hyper addicted to Golden Corral, dude.
Dude, who wasn't?
Yeah, I fuck with that all week. When they were like, yo, we got some fucking jumbo shrimp. You can come and eat 100% and then nobody will stop you. I was like, bro, give me a chair.
Back when they weren't charging for the steaks, medium rare, cuh.
Like there, Jeremy. Jeremy's got my back with this dude. He's like, yo, I can cook, but I still love Lubies, man.
Lubies,
fuck with Lubies.
Get the fuck out of here, Myers. Get the fuck out of here.
All about that life, man. Yo, there was a moment that I was addicted to Golden Crown. Then my friends were like, dude, this shit's disgusting, bro. Kids shove their hands in everything. And I was like, well, fuck them kids, dude. Promise Neverland. Send them off to camp. Send them off to camp.
The fucking battle royale, dude.
You see John too, man. Look at John. Now my boy John, man. Known this dude. I just put up our friend anniversary on Facebook. We've known each other since like fucking junior high. This dude, I know him.
But even like John's last statement, but not overpower the theater business.
He says, my boy John says, I think a lot of theaters will close. 100% correct. But
100%.
Some like Alamo Drafthouse will find a way to keep going. Yes, because they're open-minded. They do opportunities for upcoming indie theater, indie creators. They allow them to have their own days, and they do anime nights where they just kind of randomly show anime.
Well, so does the Cinemark theaters.
Yeah, it does, but it took them a while. It took them a long while to do that shit.
Well, I mean, they were doing it a long time ago. They just didn't do it often.
But and then he says
at the very end, do it often.
Then John says, "But yes, streaming will dominate the source,
become a dominant source, but not
overpower the theater business."
Yeah,
I could see that. I could see that there's going to be moments.
The statement that I agree with.
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, yes, I will 100% agree to that. Streaming, streaming is already a prevalent source in consuming media.
Yeah,
it really is. Who really pays for cable anymore?
Yeah,
nobody. In the 7 months that I was installing cable, dude, I mean, I would actually have one person who was like wanted cable, and I guarantee, and all of them were old people.
Oh yeah, or they would be like restaurants who just have it playing in the background.
Well, that's commercial stuff. I didn't do commercial. Yeah. I did residential, but those were the people who were like really invested in having the cable.
Yeah,
were the older people. The younger generation, you know, the millennial generation, bro, just give me my internet and get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, of course.
Or give me my internet and cable so I can bundle it together, get it cheaper, and then I can cancel it later and get the fuck out of my house.
You know what I miss about watching cable television? Is the fact that I'm not in charge of what shows next.
That every once in a while when I go to my mom's house and stuff like that, because my mom has cable, and I'll watch with my dad sometimes. And yeah, dude, it's kind of like one of those like
it's like the radio station.
Like, well, it's more of like for me, it's more of the let's see what's on.
Yeah.
And I always enjoyed that. It was always one of those like, let's see what's on. Let's really see what's on. And dude, Luke, it was cool. And I enjoyed that, but now like you can absolute binge Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, the whole fucking series, man. You can watch all that shit. Yeah, there's no comparison. There's no comparison to streaming to television.
Yeah,
like it's just not. And not only that, like you can get your variety of being surprised on streaming too, because nowadays streaming services offer their own variation of TV. Yeah, like we're talking about like Myers here just says that he switched to Hulu Live, and he's happy, and he only pays half the price.
Dude, same thing with YouTube TV.
Yep.
I cannot tell you on like how many people have just YouTube TV.
And it works.
And it works. And they prefer it over cable.
Even Roku, dude. Like even if you have a Roku stick or the Fire Stick, there's even a free streaming television service that's a part of that also. So like there's, television itself, I think has been a dying breed for a long time. And I just think that theater, is going to be that next thing that dies off that way.
I don't, but only because like I have faith that like some companies will withstand it and just incorporate it differently, or they'll do things differently and change up their business model.
Do you think that what about the idea of it just being like majority IMAX style theaters instead of it just being like, oh, well, here's just a regular theater? Like, would you assume that everything would go to the next?
They're already kind of going that way anyway.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Where it's the idea of like, okay, cool. Like, let's just get rid of the regular theaters and only have IMAX theaters available, but have it at regular theater price instead of it being astronomically more expensive.
I can agree, but only up to a point. And the reason that I say that is because when you go for IMAX, like that you're going for the absolute experience of everything, dude. From the sound to the film to the immersion and everything like that. I mean, I really, really enjoyed it.
Again, not to shit on the people that have home theater sets that are fucking astronomically badass.
Yeah, but I'm not going to spend $15,000 on a fucking.
I know, but you know what I mean, though, right? Like,
yeah, and I've done work at a couple of those, and they are fucking nice, bro. We're talking like 3 rows of 4, 4 chairs, like the slight elevation and todo, dude. Like badass 4K projectors, like 32 fucking speakers, dude. I mean, it's a fucking thing, bro. Yeah, it's like 32.5, Dolby edition, dude. It's nice, bro.
But that sounds good.
But that also costs as much as a fucking car.
Yeah, it's expensive as fuck.
And
yeah, that's hyper,
dude. It's gonna cost somebody a lifetime worth of viewing movies for that to pay for itself.
Hey man, you never know, man. People can, they can come up with some cool ideas to get it going, man. I know dudes that spend thousands on computers, man. Fucking Trigger.
But I'm a hobbyist. I don't need for this to pay for itself. I did this because I wanted to. This investment is completely done because I wanted the joy of having it. It's like with that same logic, that'd be like getting a fucking Lamborghini, dude. You need one? No. Is it going to pay for itself? No.
But that computer, it'll eventually pay for itself, man. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yeah, dude. And if I wanted to, I could make it pay for itself. I could do, videos for some of you jokers.
We're gonna make it work.
It's just this thing was a project for me, and I'm glad that I spent the money that I did on it.
Yeah.
Because I have the experience to do it again if I wanted to, and I plan on it. I 100% plan on making another build just like this, and something far more extravagant. But I'm glad that I got to do what I did with this one, and dude, it's amazing. This is the fucking most powerful machine that I've ever put together.
Fucking A. Fucking A. I like it, man. Congratulations. And for those guys, next week we're going to be covering Shang-Chi. So you guys, if you guys want, we'll do a half a spoiler show and half a not spoiler show. We'll do the not half, I guess, at the beginning, so we won't spoil it for those that don't get to watch it. But hopefully by next week we get to go check it out. I want to hopefully go watch it next week. I don't think it's going to be fucking sold out.
Right?
I don't think it's going to fucking be sold out for whatever the fuck reason, but I don't think it's going to be sold out. Okay, bro. So next subject. Yo, what do you think about Netflix and their idea of coming out with the them Cowboy Bebops? Did you see the pictures that came out?
I did, man. And you know what? Like, a lot of people are like, knock my Cowboy Bebop, blah, 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 blah. I am they're like, oh man, like this looks funny, or this doesn't look right. Faye looks weird, this, that, and the other. And I get it, right? I 100% understand where their concern is, especially when it comes to a live action anime.
That's super beloved, dude.
Yeah,
that's uber fucking beloved,
right? Like,
but then again,
if you're gonna introduce somebody to anime, Cowboy Bebop is on that list.
Yeah,
that is on the list.
100%.
You cannot say, oh, bro, it's my first time watching anime. Like, what do you like? Recommend? What do you recommend? I'm looking for something kind of like sci-fi, maybe some space stuff. Bro, Gundam Wing, Cowboy Bebop. Dude, you're gonna add Cowboy Bebop in there. Oh man, I want something, maybe like a thriller. Cowboy Bebop. Oh man, like I kind of want like a huge shoot 'em out. Cowboy Bebop. Dude,
something funny.
All of it. Cowboy Bebop. Yep. I'm looking for something kind of sexy. Cowboy Bebop. It has it all, bro. It has it all. And you know what, dude? The actors that they have portraying these characters are A-list, bro. A-list.
That's a good call, man.
I mean, dude, these guys have chops. They have careers. They have stuff that have kept them, in the game for years, dude. Years.
Here we go. So I'm gonna try to pick up the so we're looking at the main cast, and it's John Cho.
Yeah.
Which is he was Harold.
Yeah,
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, he was Harold.
Yeah. And then we're looking at Mustafa Shakir.
Yeah, Shakir.
Yeah, he's gonna play Jet, which is an interesting concept because for what it's worth, Jet was this kind of like,
I could have seen
he was the muscle of the group, right?
Yeah.
But then again, it's like one of the biggest things that I've always had a gripe with is, and it has nothing against the culture because this is the way it's always been. Japanese anime always and forever does not know how to culturally appropriate their characters correctly to isolate them into different genres, like in different races or whatnot.
What I think you mean is that it's very, very difficult for them to be portrayed in a Western setting.
I just mean they don't know how to do it because if you look at it,
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. What I'm saying is that none of their characters are, even though they're based on Western entities or even Western ideals, you're not gonna find a whole lot of. Yeah, they're Japanese.
100%, dude. The entire cast of look, we'll fucking shit on this. I'll shit on this easy. Attack on Titan. The only real Japanese character in Attack on Titan is literally Mikasa. Yeah. She is the only Japanese character. And look at the live action they did. Every other character, look, dude, fucking, what's that? Full Metal Alchemist. Everybody's German. All of them are German.
Yeah.
And they're all
Japanese.
Asian people. They're all Asian people in the movies. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense, dude. 100%. Every character.
Or look at Ghost in the Shell. They're all Japanese, played by fucking American actors, and that was a horrible movie.
Yeah, no, I like Ghost in the Shell movie. I thought it was actually pretty good. And I didn't like Death Note too much, the Netflix one, but the American
and Death Note, same thing.
Yeah, Death Note was a really bad call, and that was Netflix. I did blame Netflix for that.
Yeah,
but the Ghost in the Shell movie, I didn't think. I mean, for what it's worth, like I do understand where people complained about it and they didn't like it. Me, I'm a big fan of Ghost in the Shell. Like I literally seen every anime that they have based on all the characters, on all the series, like you name it, I've seen it, read the manga and everything. And I didn't really think that bad of it. The reason why is because the character of the major, her facial design was a special created design that was all by itself, like 100%. Like it was supposed to be super unique, and it was based on like the most beautiful person in the world or whatever. And 100%, like I don't not think Scarlett Johansson is not the prettiest person in the world.
Oh no, I completely agree.
Yeah, but I understand where a lot of people were like, well, it's supposed to be Asian. It's supposed to be Asian, it's supposed to be Japanese. And I'm like, well, that's the artist's fault for not like identifying these characters as Japanese, not making them look not Asian. That's like when you look at Naruto, blonde hair, blue eyes. You look at fucking Edward Elric, blonde hair, blue eyes. You look at fucking Goku, blonde hair, blue eyes. You don't imagine them as Japanese people because those are not natural Japanese characteristics to be born with.
Granted, but in FMA's defense, these are German characters.
They're all German. They're all blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah, I mean that's the perfect.
But you see what I'm talking about? Where like the artists that create these characters make the mistake because they give these characters other cultural traits, genetic traits, but they make them Japanese, which makes zero fucking sense. Right now, I'm like I've told you, I'm super addicted to Tokyo Avengers, and the fucking two main fucking characters in it all have blonde hair and blue eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, no Asian person has this. I mean, maybe. I mean, if you have maybe like an Asian person who has like different genetics that come from like Eastern European cultures, maybe you get them with colored eyes. I mean, they wrote the entire story of Memoirs of a Geisha based on an Asian person who had colored eyes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so I can 100% based on that one story becoming a fucking best-selling novel, and it being an entire theme of a story based on that being a masterpiece of that genre, that people with colored eyes in Japan are extremely fucking rare.
Yeah.
But every main character in anime has fucking colored eyes. And they're all fucking blonde haired or whatever. Like that's so you automatically watch this, not an assumption that they're Japanese. You watch it with the assumption that they're more Western. Right? I mean, that's what I would assume. Like, I don't know. Like maybe I'm stupid or something. But I when I saw fucking Attack on Titan, I mean, for what it's worth, like most of the characters, like Armin, I don't look at Armin as an Asian character. I mean, Eren Yeager, I mean, for what it's worth, they literally draw him as an Asian kid, but he's 100% German, or I don't even know, but it's like a German culture. Like even the entire city of Attack on Titan is based in a German city. You know that there's an actual like town that looks like Ave Maria or whatever, that Wall Maria, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a place you can go visit, and it's fun. I want to go visit that place. I 100% want to go visit. I'll look that up right now. Let me look that up right now. Real Attack on Titan town. I'll look that bitch up right now. What is it? Locations, Attack on Titan. Is this gonna fucking give me like a real shit, or is it gonna give me like, oh my god, it's gonna give me fake shit? Why does the internet? Why now? Oh, Nordingen is a town in Donau Ries district, which is the name of the fucking character, one of the families, Ries. Yeah, in Swabia, Bavaria, Germany. I can't even fucking say that shit. Bavaria. But it's all German. It's all German. It's just like fucking Full Metal Alchemist. So yes, digressing back to what we were talking about. Like I can understand where they get this thing about they don't get the right race right. But guys, 100%, do you think they would not cast these people with the people who are actually created the anime? They wouldn't do it with those people right in front of them. Literally, the guy who created Cowboy Bebop, when they told him they got Scarlett Johansson, he was so stoked to get Scarlett Johansson. The director, the guy that created the goddamn anime, was super excited to have Scarlett Johansson. So who are we to be upset with this dude?
Yeah, they know. Like for Cowboy Bebop, I enjoy the cast. I think
they look pretty good.
I think this cast is gonna knock it out of the park, dude. Yeah. You know, I get why people are like, oh, like, you know, Faye's outfit is completely wrong. Well, Faye's outfit was also like 2 yards of fabric.
I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, if you think about it, like Faye's whole getup is just for her to be sexy.
Exactly. That's
like
what I mean.
The idea,
you know, like the thing is that like, you know, her entire thing was for her ass to eat her shorts.
Well, I mean, not only that, right? The entire look for Faye.
No, that's exactly it. That's all it is, dude. It was for her ass to eat her shorts. Exactly.
It was just sex appeal. It was just sex appeal. Like it had nothing to do about if it worked or not. It's just sex appeal.
I know, it's validating my point. It's just saying, you know, like here they're making it more practical, which I'm okay with. You know, and like everyone who's pissed off about her look, they're just, you know, little simp boys who are never gonna have a Faye anyway. And yeah, dude,
what they call
simp
beard, chin beards? No, what do they call them? I forgot what they're called. They're called like people who have like, I want to say chin beards, but maybe I'm not smart. Or basement dwellers. That's another one that I've heard. I like all those like nicknames, man. Chin beards.
I got it. Or neck beards.
There we go. Neck beards. I want to make a shirt.
Yeah, I got a neck beard. But
everybody out there.
But yeah, of course we remember Ninja Skull and Trigun. But you know, like for me, I would have liked to have seen her bandana. You know, her
like on her hair? Yeah, like her like the hair part, right?
Yeah, that I would have liked to have seen. You know, that was a very like huge mainstay of her character.
Maybe in a way it's still gonna be there. And you just can't see it because of the pictures.
Yeah.
You know, for what it's worth, like what is it? Cowboy Bebop, right? Pics. I'll just put pics, images. So that way I can check it out. Because I did get to see it this week, but I kind of skimmed through it because, again, it's not the fact that the cast is going to be wrong to me. It's the long list of Netflix fucking stupid shit up all the time. That's 100%. Me. Yeah. So when they showed the picture,
I was honestly, like, my first thing was like, please don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up.
So two things. We have the picture of the characters. Faye's costume is a little bit more like, okay, she's wearing like chaps, shorts that are like low ride, like kind of high rides, I guess. She's got her yellow vest. That's pretty accurate. I mean, she's got a jacket on. She wears her jacket very minimal at times, but it's the jacket that she got from the poker episode.
Yeah.
So like, it's not even supposed to be like a real jacket, I guess you could say. But like she wears it very loose, and of course, Faye's character
she almost wears it like a hoodie. You know, it's like it's slumped over her most of the time.
Well, she's always showing off like her chest.
Exactly.
Like that's like her whole skit, like is just showing off her chest. But again, this is coming from the era where a lot of these characters. I mean, dude, the bounty hunting episodes when they come out in the beginning and they're talking about bounty hunting, the cowboy commercials, like the chick has like the longest V cut that goes like to her belly button that just shows her like entire chest.
Yeah, dude. I remember.
And that's, dude, that you can literally tell that the characters are just based on sex appeal. Like that's literally all Faye's character. I guarantee that the actress that is in this movie will in some way show sex appeal.
Oh, she's going to.
It's going to be more like her acting.
Her name is Daniela Pineda.
Is she Hispanic? Is she?
Yeah.
Wow, shit. I always thought, of course, because it's an anime that Faye would be a Asian person, but
right.
Valentine would be more of a Mexican last name, so I guess that's interesting.
Yeah, she's from Auckland. So her only real thing that she's come out in, any good thing that she's come out in, was Jurassic World. She
Which
came out
was
in the second. She came out in the second one, and
yeah, Jurassic World sucked.
I mean, yeah, it's all right. I personally don't give a fuck about it. She also came out in the originals and in Vampire Diaries. That's kind of how I knew her from those.
Hey, she's a pretty lady, man.
Oh, dude, she's gorgeous.
She's a pretty lady.
Yeah, man, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm up. I'm good for it. I like it. I fucks with it.
Right. And now we have proper Mexican representation. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Never have before in our entire lives, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh my god, I have a hero now.
Yeah.
Then I'll have Namor, dude. Oh. Yeah, then I'll have Namor too.
Oh my god. Dude, I really hate his casting because he's so ugly.
Man, I could totally see how Mexico correlates with,
I get why they made the Mexican. I 100% get why they got a Mexican.
I didn't. I don't even know why they chose I don't even know why they're choosing Hispanic people to be in Atlantis. I mean, we don't even swim that damn good.
Dude, what are you talking about? I'm an excellent swimmer.
Well, yeah, because you got here. You crossed the border. No, but like it's like I was saying, like fuck, like if you look at the research, Atlantis would have to be based more on Greek, Rome, and all that other era. It wouldn't literally be in Mexico. Like even when they showed it in Marvel at the very beginning, when they showed like in Iron Man at the ending when Nick Fury like goes up and they have like there's like a map in the background and it shows like a dot in Wakanda that some shit's there. And then there's another dot in the middle of the sea, and that fucking thing is closer to like the Atlantic, like closer to like I guess like Africa or like somewhere like in the other part, not next to fucking Mexico, dude. What the hell, man?
I don't know.
We'll fucking talk about Namor when it gets closer. I'll shit on that.
My problem with Namor's casting is that guy is a fucking tard, bro. That guy looks like a fucking dipshit.
Oh no.
My God, dude! Like, I showed my wife this, and she was like, "That's who they got for Namor." And I was
actually,
like,
as a matter of fact, we had this conversation. Brian, and D. Brian came down this past week. He's from Jersey, and he came all the way to Texas to come visit D. Vargas. D. Vargas, we had on our show before.
Yeah,
we talked about our content creators. He's a fucking good guy. DNC Digital, like one of the best dudes I got for wrestling. Like, such a cool guy. You guys got to check him out, DNC Digital. Well, Brian came down and we got to hang out and we got to get lunch together. And we talked about Namor. And he'll tell you, man, I shit on Namor so hard.
Yeah, but Namor's not a good looking guy. That's who they got to have Namor, supposedly.
The actor, right? We were talking about that too. I told him.
I told you. I was like, bro, you need to have a good looking guy to be Namor.
The dude that I wanted
that guy fucks wives. That's what he does. If you are a married woman,
Brian, did I say that shit?
He's gonna fuck her.
Hold on, I'm gonna fucking Man with the Iron Fist. The actor that's Man in the Iron Fist, which is fuck. Jimmy Chung? No. Not Silver Lion. There was an actor that comes out. Jackknife. No, not Jackknife. God damn it. I am so bad at Google. Like, guys, don't hate me, please. For the
what are you trying to look up?
The dude, the Asian guy from Man with Iron Fist, the main guy, the fucking knife guy.
Oh, dude, he's in the first Fast and the Furious movie.
Is he really? Oh yeah, the villain. Yeah. That dude would have played an awesome fucking Namor. He looks exactly like fucking Namor in the comic book.
Yep, I agree.
Like 100%. But I don't know if it was because of the fact that they didn't want to get more into like having more Asian actors, whatever. Or maybe like it's like Brian and I were talking about. Like Brian made a really good point. And he's like, well, maybe it's they want to kind of bring in more of the Hispanic actors and bring them into the Marvel universe. And I was like, maybe. I mean, fuck, they're gonna do America Chavez, Hispanic. Miles Morales, even though he's considered more of a black character, is Puerto Rican, which would be Hispanic also. But Blue Beetle is going to be coming out soon. There's a lot of things that'll be coming out. So
yeah, but Blue Beetle actually is a
well, he was a white dude, now he's Hispanic.
Yeah.
So I mean, for what it's worth, like
his name is Rick Yoon.
Brian was like, when I was talking shit about the guy, he was like, dude, I mean, some Mexican guy at least have his back a little bit, man. I was like, no, fuck that guy. I can have his back, dude. I don't give a shit.
Oh shit, dude! I didn't realize that. That Rick Yoon's little brother. Did you ever watch Arrow?
Yes.
Okay. You remember in the third season when Ra's al Ghul comes out, the Asian guy who was with him the entire time? Like he's like, take off your shirt, like
Carl,
you know, like you.
You're talking about his little brother.
Yeah, that's his little brother. Dude.
Little brothers.
His name was Masao. Yeah, Masao Yamashita.
Yeah, he was from Assassins.
Yeah, and
he was the main actor in Assassins. Yeah, he's a cool cat too, man. He's a badass, man. But yeah, he was in.
Oh no, that's a different guy. Yeah, you're talking about Ninja Assassins.
Yeah, he wasn't. That wasn't him. He was in that movie though.
That's his brother. Who was in Ninja Assassin?
But he's been in other stuff too. He was in Real Steel.
No, he was Takamashito in Real Steel.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Arrow.
in he was he was in Memoirs of a Geisha as well.
In the Arrow show, wasn't he the guy that was married to Katana, right? Katana's husband. Yeah, I remember you talking about. Yeah, dude. Cool.
That's his little brother.
Got it, man. Wow, I didn't even know that. Cool shit, man. Yeah, I've seen him in some shit before, dude. Yeah, there you go, Forbidden Warrior. There you go. Yeah, I've seen his shit before. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, that's badass. I didn't even know. Did not even know. Good shit. Good shit. Well, I would have. So my ideal would have fucking Brian, but you got a whole goddamn civilization tough room. Goddamn. That's funny. My first choice for Namor would have probably been Rick Yoon. That would have been like my first choice, and then from there you could break it down to whoever you want. But
honestly, I would have gone with Luke
Vega, Mambo number 5.
Luke Evans. Fucking Dracula himself. Yeah, dude.
God damn, that would have been a good choice too. Yeah. He's handsome.
Gorgeous
handsome
European
dude, man. Handsome
Gorgeous
dude, man.
European. Yep.
Handsome dude, man. That guy's got it too, man. For Namor, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could see that shit working. Yeah, straight up, man. Fucking the Hobbit. He was fucking straight up the main dude killing dragons in the Hobbit and shit.
Yeah, dude, he was the bard. He also came out in Fucking Fast and the Furious. Fast and Furious goodness.
Fucking Fast and Furious, just stealing actors and fucking careers, man. Just fucking up careers, man, left and right. Well, I mean, you know, and we talk about it too, but Jet, it looks like they've kind of like gender swapped Jet out for an African American actor.
Yeah,
but you know what?
He actually played Cotton. No, not Cottonmouth. He played Black something, like Black Mamba or some shit that in Luke Cage.
Yeah,
maybe it was. Yeah.
I mean, he's an interesting actor, man. But you know what? And the reason why I'm not really against this,
Bushmaster. That's what it was. Bushmaster.
Yeah. The reason why I'm not really like, oh man, here we go with gender swapping characters and whatnot, is because Jet's character is very ominous about what race he is.
Yeah, he really is.
You cannot. I 100% challenge anyone to watch that series and tell me what race Jet is. Like, you're gonna assume that he's white because he's drawn white, but there's a lot of things that dictate in the sense that he's more. That the artist just drew him that way, but his main purpose was to be the muscle of the group. So, like, yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, like, I don't see it as like almost like, you know how it is here with comic books in the West where they gender swap a character and 100% that shit don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does not work. And the reason why is because I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you were to switch a Robin, let's say Tim Drake or let's say, what's his name? Jason Todd, right? Let's say 2 years from now, DC decides to make Jason Todd a black kid. I will 100% tell you that the life of him growing up is not going to be the same as a white kid.
Yep, they would completely retcon his entire backstory.
Yeah, it's just not the same lifestyle or culture growing up. It's totally different cultures. The way that we're raised differently in different cultures, man.
Especially where he grew up, Gotham. I mean, dude, I mean, it's basically New York.
Yeah,
and it's hard for a black person out there.
Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things, man. Like comic books got to be a little bit more understanding to the cultural understanding of each culture. But the comic books, like the animes and Japanese animations and stuff like that, I kind of feel like they're a little bit more loose, man. Like, you know what? Like that dude from Bleach. What's the dude? The guy that with the punches people? The friend that's
Chad.
Chad. Like I always assumed he was Mexican. Chad, yeah.
Yeah.
I always assumed he was Hispanic, isn't he?
I believe he is, actually.
But you see, like in the live action, he's a Japanese dude.
They're all Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, no, like because in the anime or like in the manga, he's half. He's half breed.
And you know what? They chose a good actor to play him in the live action. I actually enjoyed the live action Bleach that Netflix did. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
It was yeah. So I mean, his actual name is Yasutora Sado, right? And they call him Chad. Man. Oh, dude, yeah, he's
I love that guy, man. So fucking cool.
Oh, so good. But yeah, yeah, you know, he's Mexican. Like his one of his ancestors is, or no, his grandfather, his name is Oscar Joaquin de la Rosa.
I love that shit. That's cool. He's Japanese in the fucking live action. But I you know, it's a lot different because like I always say these characters that they create, and sometimes like the whole idea of race is so like convoluted when it comes to Japanese mangas and animations and stuff like that. You can't really tell what they're supposed to be. But then again, it's like I don't think we really look at the racial scenarios in mangas and anime as we do in westernized animations and in comic books and stuff. I think it's so much more important here than it is over there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that PC culture is not really too alive in Japanese anime or in Japanese manga. So like with the opportunity of Jet Black, the character that they created for Cowboy Bebop, making him into a black man and him working that character, and I think this guy will do great.
Oh yeah, no, like that. This man is a very, very is a very accomplished actor.
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna do fine, man. I really do. And the character of Jet, he's kind of like the backbone of the team, which would be such an interesting thing to see. So I don't know, like I'm really excited. Of course, the guy that plays Harold playing Spike is good. I think I mean the only kind of gripe that I have is like Spike is supposed to be almost, if not identical to someone that's closer to Bruce Lee. And I do not see this guy looking like Bruce Lee. So I'm 100% not sure how this guy's going to do with his stunt work or his, you know, him portraying someone that's a fighter. Cause this guy's always doing like weird comedies and weird other shits that I don't really like see him. It's an action star.
You know, he hasn't done a whole lot of action. He did a decent amount of it when he was in Star Trek. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, for what it's worth, I do remember him as Spock,
you know,
right? Like, not Spock, but what's his face?
Sulu.
Asian Sulu.
Yeah,
and he did good. I mean, yeah, for what you know what? Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was pretty cool. That was a fun scene.
You know, so like it's not that like he's trash or anything like that. It's just I really feel that like, you know, in certain situations we kind of have to like understand, like, because yeah, dude, you're right. Spike's fighting style is very Jeet Kune Do.
Yeah.
You know, and there's really no one who's ever going to truly represent Jeet Kune Do like Bruce Lee. Nobody. Ain't nobody does Jeet Kune Do the same way.
I mean, but then again, you do have your actors out there that they do choose for like the Bruce Lee roles in films.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they do portray pretty well.
Yeah.
No, they do portray pretty well.
Like the biography movie with the guy who played Mowgli. You know, he did Bruce Lee and he did him well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the mannerisms, the way that he speaks, even the guy that they got in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that guy was probably one of the most accurate depictions of the way that he speaks and his mannerisms of Bruce Lee up until the moment that he fights.
Nice. Yeah, he did very, very well.
Yeah, he was like even the speech right before it. He was like Cassius Clay. Muhammad Ali. There's a sense of real combat. And the way that he would enunciate his Asian accent.
Oh yeah. Like he would try to talk like Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah, and or the be like water interview. Be like water. Water takes.
Yeah, the way Bruce Lee talked.
Yeah, and he enunciates certain parts of his words because it's his accent coming out.
Yeah.
Be like water, you put it in a cup, it takes the shape of the cup. Put it into a vase, it takes the shape of a vase. Be like water.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I don't think they would have a lot of trouble finding someone that looks more like closer to Bruce Lee or whatnot. But I mean, for what it's worth, the guy that's playing Spike, Harold, I forgot his name. I just said it, or Cho. I forgot his name. What is it?
John Cho.
John Cho. He's a good actor. He's a really, really good actor.
He's a funny guy, and that's what Spike is. Spike's a funny dude.
He has his moments. There are moments that are written in to be funny.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of dry humor.
Spike's a funny guy. He cracks a lot of jokes. It's just that his jokes are real fucking depressing.
Yeah, they're super dry all the time. It's like when they're always making fun of each other when they're like, what happened to the meat? And Jet's cooking shiitake mushrooms, and he's like, well, just fucking think of them tasting like beef, dude. We could have got that money if we would have turned him in, not killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, it's gonna be great. If they keep like the only thing is, man, the only thing I'm worried about is the idea of Netflix. Netflix is the only part that worries me.
And I completely agree with you. Because I had the exact same worry that they were gonna be like, dude, they're gonna fuck this up. I mean, but then again, like every video game movie that's ever come out has been absolute garbage, short of Sonic. Mario Brothers, trash. Monster Hunter, trash. Assassin's Creed, trash. Lara Croft, those were okay, but still trash. Sonic, amazing.
Yeah, okay, I get you. Taking into consideration too, like Bleach wasn't that bad. That was like the last.
No, it wasn't, dude.
That was like the last Netflix.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And that one to this day is still my favorite.
Yeah. Did you ever get to see what was it, man? It was just in the top of my head right now. There was another one that came out too. What was the one that came out before Bleach? Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, I saw.
Did you get to see the live action of it?
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, for what it's worth, it wasn't too bad. They could have done it better.
To my expectation. So there are some parts that I'm glad that they changed, and some parts that I wish that they had left.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They pulled a lot from the original anime and from Brotherhood and threw it together, and we're like, here you go.
So Jeremy posted up a really good point, and this is the part that kind of scares me. They also want to do a comic book series for Cowboy Bebop before it comes out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Why am I fucking scared of it? Because it means they're not following the fucking series. They're not following the anime. They're trying to run with their own shit. They're gonna freak some shit around, and they're gonna try to put in some spots of the story that they need to know for you to catch up to the story or whatever. Like I 100% do not like the idea that they want to do a comic book. I think when I saw that, actually I saw that today, as a matter of fact, that they want to do a comic book for the Cowboy Bebop Netflix adaptation. And I was like, oh, come on, man. You got to be fucking kidding me. So I don't know, man. There are some things that come with the scrutiny of them creating a live action Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, okay. So apparently what they want to do is they want to make it a prequel. And I think it just might give a little bit more backstory to Spike.
Yeah. But then again, that's That's what was cool about Spike in the first place, is that his history was, you know, you do get the information of Spike. You know, it was him versus his like adopted brother, which was that white dude, the white haired guy that he fights at the end.
Yeah, Vicious.
Yeah, Vicious. And they're fighting for who's gonna be the next in charge of the fucking Yakuza or the gang.
Yeah.
And Vicious wants it. Spike doesn't want it, but Spike is the next runner up. He's the next brother in the thing that's the oldest of the both. So he technically becomes the king once the king is gone. The king is gone because Vicious decided to kill him, but he cannot be king because the rest of the gang doesn't respect him because Spike is still out there. So at the very end, he goes after Spike's girlfriend, which his name is
Julia.
What's her name?
Julia.
They kill Julia. And after they kill him, Spike's like, all right, man, you got my attention. Let's go. Let's do this for the money. And it ends open-ended. He kills Vicious, but does Spike die? And that's what you're left with. That was a masterpiece. Because we're left on such a great cliffhanger, and you're never going to know if he lives or dies. You just know that Faye wanted to go save him. Jet wants to save him too, but he knows that he can't, and he can't get involved. It had everything you needed to be a masterpiece, and it was. And my biggest fear is Netflix is going to try to make that story like, oh, well, we'll give it a good ending. And Netflix don't know that was already a good ending. Like, and that was the thing. Like, you didn't have to get into so much. The backstory of Cowboy Bebop was never really there. Like, there was a lot of shit that was like never answered with why Spike left the gang, why he did this, why he did that. There was a lot of stuff that was unanswered. And what, Netflix can answer that shit for us? I don't want Netflix to answer shit for me, man. I wouldn't even let it answer my phone when those guys call about my car insurance. Like, fuck them. So I don't know, man. If you know Cowboy Bebop, Netflix didn't need to make a comic book for Death Note. Didn't need to make one for Bleach. Didn't need to make one for fucking Full Metal Alchemist. Didn't need to make one for fucking whatever it is that they're making. Why now? You know what I mean? Like, why now? And that's just my biggest concern. I just have a feeling like I just don't trust Netflix when it comes to live action adaptations of anime. Do I think it's going to be successful? I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't put my name on it. I need to get it closer. I need to see something with more validity than 3 pictures. That's what I need. I know that the girl's getting scrutiny for not looking like Faye Valentine, which I think it's more in the sense of the costume, not her genetics in her body. Because I know I saw this thing earlier where she was like, sorry, I don't have a big enough chest, and sorry that, you know, I can't go back in time and tell my parents to give me better genetics. And I was like, whoa. I don't think it's about that. I don't think the comic is accurate or the costume is accurate. But then again, it's like,
well, she's not talking about genetics as in being light skinned. She's talking about genetics as in, like, you know, a more curvy figure.
Yeah, curvaceous figures, you know, 6 feet tall, you know, fucking 87 pounds. Like, you know, it's very awkward that people have all these like really weird standards for characters to look like. But a lot of people, it all came down to a lot of people saying that her costume was not accurate enough. But the costume. And then there was a lot of people that were talking about, well, man, I've seen better cosplays and all this other stuff. Well, I mean, those cosplayers don't got to go around flipping and doing cartwheels and fucking flips and kicks and all this other shit. Most of them can't do that shit anyways. Like, so in the aspect of it, like, we have to wait and see how it portrays on film for us to give it a real breakdown of it. Like, that's just what it's going to go to. So for what it's worth, pictures are cool. I'm excited to see a live action Cowboy Bebop. Not excited for Netflix to run that bitch. That's just my call on that. So Triggs, I don't know how you feel about it, but that's interesting. But let's go on to the next thing. Trigger.
Yo.
How do you feel about Spider-Man Far From Home?
Not the same way you do.
Tell me, man. Tell me, how do you feel, man? You finally got your trailer. Everybody got their trailer. Don't worry, guys. I saved you and I told you it was going to come out Monday, and look what happened. Came out Monday. Crispy always brings you the good shit. So what'd you think, man?
Honestly, man, I liked it. I liked that what they gave me for the first trailer, because this isn't the only trailer that they're gonna give us.
Oh no, man.
It's not.
No,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
give
give
us
us more.
Yeah, they're gonna give you teaser after teaser, one shot after one shot, and then they're gonna give you your final trailer. They're gonna probably give you like a good 3.5 minute mid trailer, and then they're gonna give you like a 4 minute final trailer.
So tell me about the trailer, man. Tell me about that bitch.
So, it starts off with him and MJ, they're on a random building, and MJ's reading a paper, stating his powers, that his powers can convince women to do what they want and stuff like that. And he's like, what? And, it's super funny, it's just them being teenagers, them kind of winding down and stuff like that. Obviously everyone knows who he is now. Then it cuts
you can see he's really stressed out, huh?
Yeah, and he's going to school and everyone's taking pictures of him and they're looking at him funny, and he's kind of like, fuck, dude,
Flash Thompson. I hope that he found out when he was getting a tattoo.
Yeah, yeah, and there's also it looks like he's going to a courtroom or some shit like that, and MJ and Ned are there, in support. Dude, you can tell that he's scared. Dude, Tom Holland is representing a sense of urgency and of Peter Parker that we've never really seen. We've seen him in danger 100 times, right, on film. We've never seen him scared. I'll get into that in a little bit, but we've never seen him scared. Hey man, what's going on? Thanks a lot, Soda Party.
Thank you so much, Soda Party Network.
Yeah,
thank you so much, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate the shout out, brother.
Thank you, bro.
But we've never seen him scared in the sense that I'm in trouble. I am in trouble.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of dread, man. You could tell,
and
you could tell just by his facial expression that he knows that he doesn't have a way out.
Yeah, and I get it, dude. This is one of those what do I do situations.
Yeah.
So when he goes to Doctor Strange to say hey, do you have a spell to make everyone forget who I am? He's like, fuck yeah, dude, I got something for you. And then Wong is like, don't do that, bro. Seriously, man, you're gonna fuck with something, and then we're gonna have to unfuck it. And then very Agatha Harkness,
the wink.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Does it anyway, right? Fucks up the multiverse some more. Fuck it, multiverse, right? The fact that he says multiverse knows that we're getting entities from other multiverses into either the main Marvel universe, or they're going into different universes and dealing with those situations.
Mm-hmm.
So the No Way Home, I have to ask, is if it's their No Way Home or if it's the Sinister Six No Way Home. It's one of those. It can be construed either way, right? We don't know yet. Either way, Doctor Strange, he's a little sus, dude. Orange is, so I'm not gonna lie, dude. Yellow is acting sus.
I really, really believe so. I think we talked about it last week, actually. I think.
Yeah.
Right. And I mentioned that I didn't like his wig. His wig looks like ass. Fucking,
I love
right out of
the
Dollar General.
That's what you fixate on, and I find that so funny that
if you go back good, you're gonna go back to the trailer, you're gonna be like, fucking Chris, now I can't unsee this. The dude looks like he went through a bottle of Rogaine, dude. Or what's that shit that undarkens your hair?
Yeah, I think it's Rogaine.
No, that's the shit that grows your hair back.
Whatever, dude.
The one that fucking when you get gray hair and you want to fucking make it look all black again. He looked like he went through a whole goddamn bottle of that in his beard. It just looks. I don't know. It just doesn't look like the way it did in the other previous films, right? But then again, that's just me being gripey.
Yeah.
But other than that, I Just for Men. There you go. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, my dog. Just for Men. I 100% do not. There's something about it that I'm not digging. And you know what? I know that there's people out there that are saying that there's already speculation. Oh man, he's fucking being controlled by fucking Shumagorath, or he's being controlled by fucking Mephisto confirmed,
Mephisto
Hyperion confirmed.
Yep, Hyperion.
Like there's
Confirmed.
100% people already speculating on this. I really don't think so, guys. You have to remember, and this is my call. Trigger said that I'm probably wrong at this, but this is Sony writing a story and, of course, writing words and dictating how Stephen Strange is going to act for these scenes because it's in their movie, and Marvel is sitting in the production seat just saying, oh, all right, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's cool. Because that's what they've been doing for years. Hence the reason why 100%, I know Trigger didn't agree with me, but I didn't like Venom. I thought Venom was a very shit show. I think the only thing good about it was Tom Hardy, them bringing him in as Venom, as Eddie Brock, and his acting is going to bring a really cool dynamic when they start mixing him with Tom Holland and Spider-Man.
Because you know it's gonna happen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And for him to work alongside with Tom Hardy, like, or Tom Hiddleston or whatever his name is, fuck yeah, it's gonna be great, dude. Those guys, they're gonna kill it together as actors.
Right? The two Toms, the Tom boys.
Yeah. I'm about that. I'm about that life. I'm 100% about that. But Venom by itself was shit. So this goes off of the idea on how Sony makes films. Spider-Man, for what he's worth, like Tom Hardy or Tom Holland, I am not a big fan of this Spider-Man out of the three Spider-Man that have been made. The reason why is I don't like the way Sony made him so gullibly ignorant and not smart. I've always believed Spider-Man to be an intelligent person. He is a scientist. He's hyper intelligent. When he becomes Spider-Man and gets bit by the spider, becomes a little bit more intelligent and cognitive.
That's why I really enjoyed Andrew Garfield's, because it really highlighted his intelligence.
Yeah,
you really got to see that with Andrew Garfield.
So my thing about this is the reason why is because when Doctor Strange is doing this like thing, I don't know what it is, like a spell, and he's like pulling from the rings, which I believe each ring represents one of the multiverses, and I believe he's pulling parts from it, center line, bottom line, high line, and putting it in there. He's of course making the recipe for whatever the spell is to make people forget. And then Tom Holland, of course, comes in and he's like, "Oh, but you're gonna make my girlfriend forget." And Doctor Strange literally says, "Hey man, stop, dude, because you're gonna fuck this up." And he's like, "Oh, but what about Ned? And what about the?" He doesn't stop. And you're like, "Hey, bro, like this dude is literally fucking with the multiverse, and he 100% told you he's fucking with the multiverse. And you, Spider-Man, 100% know that this dude is not a magician in Vegas. He's a fucking wizard that makes portals and fucking brings in giant armies to a battlefield. Like you 100% know that this motherfucker, when he says don't do some shit, you don't do some shit. Like 100%. If you were standing in front of Doctor Strange and he was pulling out some fucking circles out of the sky and he said, shut the fuck up, what would you all do? What would you all do? I wouldn't be like, oh, but fuck, my anime and my fucking I didn't iron and I left my stove on. And no, I wouldn't do that. I would sit there and I'd shut the fuck up. But he doesn't do that. And I don't understand why in the trailer they show him be that ignorant.
Honestly, I kind of like that because in the there are parts of Peter Parker in the comic books where he's very ignorant, who had his mouth get him in trouble on several occasions.
Yeah, he's like Deadpool. Like, I get it.
The Civil War started because of him, because he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
No, that's because he was ordered by Iron Man to go out there and
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he was out there.
Told, stop. Do not say anything. You are not saying anything. You are a fucking representative of the Avengers, and that's it. Shut up. And he goes in there, and they're like, oh, well, like, what about these things? Well, I mean, this, that, and the other. You motherfucker. What did I say? Pass the Human Registration Act. God damn it, Peter. You know what? Now you're going to be the first one. Go up there and fucking tell everyone you're goddamn Spider-Man. Fucking dumbass.
I 100% think that this is like an amalgamation of all of those Civil War comics into One More Day and into the Mephisto takes the wedding of Peter Parker. I 100% think that that's what they're doing.
So they had One More Day, and then there was another one right after Civil War where he asks Doctor Strange to erase everyone's memories. And it was right after Civil War.
One More Day. Okay, so One More Day is where is that the one where they wipe out Aunt May? Yeah, after Aunt May's been shot. That's One More Day. He encounters Demon Mephisto. Again, Mephisto.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Mephisto confirmed. Who offers to save her life if Spider-Man gives him his marriage. Spider-Man and his wife, Mary Jane Watson, agree, and as a part of history is erased, which goes back to the idea of them erasing everybody's memory. If he erases Mary Jane's memory, then he's not hooked up with her. If they erase Ned's memory, he doesn't have anybody who knows, so he's back to being by himself. That's where I believe they're taking that idea from this specific comic book. Now I know that there is another one where not the one above all meets him. Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And I believe they're taking a part of that story also. But you see, like, this is the fact. If that happens, someone has to hurt Aunt May. If Aunt May gets hurt in this film, it's going to be based on this comic book, where Spider-Man himself doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. But then again, that would be way too much if we're talking about adding the Sinister Six, and then we're talking about bringing in Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse by bringing
Brand
in the
New
other
Day.
two.
That's the one that's the one that I'm thinking of is Brand New Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's Brand New Day and then One More Day.
And what happens in Brand New Day? Do you remember or no?
Yeah, Brand New Day is basically what's happening right now of what we see happening in the trailer.
Okay.
It's Doctor Strange erases everyone's memories of him being Spider-Man.
Okay.
And then in One More Day, because all those memories have been erased, he contacts Mephisto. And he's like, I want these things back.
Well, remember that the reason why it happens in Mephisto is right after Civil War.
Yeah.
So what happens is during Civil War, Osborn finds out that Peter Parker is, Spider-Man or whatever, and he has someone try to assassinate him, and instead they end up shooting Aunt May, and then he's like, "Yo, I'll do whatever if you just bring Aunt May back." And then Mephisto's like, "Oh shit! Well, it just so happens I don't like that you're marrying Mary Jane, which makes zero fucking sense because I'm like a cosmic entity and I'm watching you like a soap opera, Spider-Man." Which I still, to this day, everybody hates this comic book. Like, everyone hates One More Day. But I think this is a way for Marvel to fix that whole storyline. Because if they kind of mend it without being like that it needs Mephisto there, and now you have it to where he has this love interest with Mary Jane. A lot of people don't like this whole, like, that there's a character named MJ, but it's not Mary Jane Watson. That they don't like that it's just like an amalgamation of her character, and she's not really named that. So there's a part of me that thinks they want to make her back into Mary Jane. They have to kind of delete her. They got to take her out. And the only way to do it is to do what they did in the first movie, where or the second movie where that chick like, "Oh, sorry, Peter, I got to move, but you've been great." After the dad gets arrested and all that Vulture shit happens, right? Do you remember that or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, So what do you feel? Oh, Brian are you guys worried that there's going to be too much going on and Sony won't be able to pull it off?
Nope.
No, not really.
Not even a little bit.
My biggest concern, Brian, is I think there's some secrets that they're not putting out yet because they're scared because it's going to give too much away. And one of my thoughts is, of course, like, that doesn't mean the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield thing. I 100% think those guys are part of the film. Why? They ain't doing shit anyways, bro. They need to make money. So for them to make money, they need to be a part of some shit. And for them to come back with all the other actors that they were already working with and all the other cast that they had already been working with, and then you get paid for it, fuck it, to be your greatest role, like, why not? Tobey Maguire comes back, be Spider-Man, take him out of working at JCPenney's or wherever the fuck he is right now. You get Andrew Garfield. The fucking dude was already ecstatic to be Spider-Man. And then you tell him to bring him back for a Spider-Verse. If he was a huge fan, he would 100% be about that. 100% be about that.
Okay. But I got my storylines mixed up. One More Day came out first, and then it was Brand New Day.
Yeah, Brand New Day. So my two thoughts on the biggest secrets that they're hiding One, that Venom's going to be one of the Sinister Six.
Same.
Two, this is going to be the introduction of Miles Morales. Those are my biggest concerns. Why? Because I believe that Tom Hiddleston's universe is Miles Morales' universe, and he's going to be the one that's killed off. Those are my two biggest secrets. And that's me being a prophet. And you guys know me. I know my shit. I'm prophesizing that they are going to introduce Miles Morales in a bigger way in this film, because this is the closest that Sony will ever get to creating a Spider-Verse. This is it. This is
they've already renamed. They've already renamed the Sony Spider Universe, or whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Uh-huh.
They've already given it like their own MCU name officially now.
What is it?
Oh fuck, dude, let me look it up.
Sony Spider-Verse. The Sony Cinematic Spider-Verse. It's called Arachna Cinema or something.
Sony Spider-Man Universe.
That's literally God, what it sounds like ass.
Yep, the SSU.
Ugh. Sounds like a Soviet Union spaceship or something.
Yep.
Sounds like a submarine, dude.
And no shit. Though there's only 4 movies that are considered to be in the SSU currently.
Yeah, which are the 3 Spider-Man movies and Venom,
Morbius, and Kraven.
Fuck Venom, dude, or fuck Morbius, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that film. We were just talking about that earlier today. So I assumed, this is kind of going a little bit off subject, but not really, because Sinister Six is going to be introduced in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I 100% thought that Sony as a company was like, you know what? We're going to create movies for each individual characters. Hence the reason why Kraven is not going to be, hence the reason why Kraven is not going to be in this movie, the Spider-Man movie, since he's not a part of the Sinister Six, right? So I thought that was the thing, that they were going to make a Kraven solo movie and everybody was going to get their solo film, only for Sony to be like, nah, man, we ain't got that. Let's make it into the multiverse with Marvel, which is a great idea. I think Sony backpacking on the idea of the WandaVision and the multiverse breaking and the Disney universe and all that stuff. I think it's a great idea for Sony to jump on that shit. It's 100% gives them the opportunity to rock socks with what they're doing. But I don't know, Brian. That's a good question. Did they scrap Morbius?
No, it's coming out. Yep, it's coming out January 28th, 2022.
Maybe they just wanted to get rid of Jared Leto because he's got a cult and he wanted to bring his cult shit into it.
Nah.
Yeah, maybe, because fucking Jared Leto's crazy as hell.
Dude, I didn't know this.
Okay.
There are 7 more movies in development for the SSU.
Yeah, it should be the fucking Sinister Six and a fucking Bye Bye Peter Parker, Welcome Miles Morales.
Nope.
What is it?
One of them, Night Watch. The other one, the Sinister Six.
Night Watch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking Blade. That's the crew that's with Blade. That's what's his face? Ryan Reynolds' character and Jessica Biel's character. Right?
Yeah, but it's the actual character Night Watch, not the team Night Watch.
The dude that looks like a bird?
No, this guy looks more like Azazel almost from DC.
Yeah, Night Watch.
Or Nighthawk. No, Night Eater. Night Eater or Night Watch. He looks very much like Spawn. Looks just like Spawn.
Sorry. That looks gross. Yeah, that's a straight rip off of fucking Spawn.
Yeah.
That's 100% straight rip off. Good job, Spike Lee.
Dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
They're making a Madam Web.
Madam Web movie?
Mm-hmm.
That would 100% be about the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
And the Beyonder, and I don't know how
there's a untitled Robert Orci project. Who the fuck knows about that? Jackpot. What?
They're already starting to use code words so they don't get too far into characters. Jackpot's got to be a code word.
No, it's an actual character in Marvel.
No, really, Jackpot?
Yep.
What the hell, dude? What the hell? You read weird comics, man.
There's also another Olivia Wilde project. I'm calling it now. Olivia Wilde is probably Madame Web. And then there's another project around Mysterio with Jake Gyllenhaal being cast for that.
You think that chick will be Madame Web? Olivia Wilde, dude? But isn't Madame Web supposed to be like an old lady?
Yeah.
I thought it was always supposed to be someone who looked like. I always believed that Madame Web should have been an Aunt May character. I always thought it would be Aunt May to be Madame Web. That would be an awesome thing if that's the way they would have gone with things.
I agree.
The multiverse would have been like.
I agree that Marissa Tomei would have made a good.
You get what I'm saying. Like just in the idea of who Madame Web would be, but it would be a different variant of Aunt May, who is out there helping Spider-Man. I always thought that would have been a really cool thing, but yeah, it looks like we're going to be going with the Sinister Stick. They brought in Albert Molina. They brought in the old school Dr. Octopus. What a cool fucking. Oh,
JK. So they're actually looking at maybe Charlize Theron or Amy Adams for the project.
Amy Adams, that comedian chick that no one likes?
No. No, Amy Adams, she was in American Hustle. She was in.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, her.
Cool. For Madame Web, I could see it.
Yeah, or Charlize Theron, another one I could actually see as Madame Web.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and then this one I already knew about that they were making it. Sorry, that they're making a Silk TV show.
Oof. We'll see how that goes, man. I'm more excited for the Spider-Verse 2 movie, the animated one. I think that's the one that was the most impressive, was the animated Spider-Verse movie out of all of them so far. That's been my favorite through and through for the new Spider-Man stuff that they've been coming out with.
Oh my god, they're making a Silver and Black TV show based on Black Cat and Silver Sable.
Okay. A show that no one really wants, but got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, thank God it's a TV show, man. It'll be like fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess. Yeah, no one's gonna want. But yeah, man. The Spider-Man movie finally released a trailer. A lot of cool things came out Easter egg wise. They finally released the idea of the Sinister Six being from the multiverse. They did not give any information for any of the Superman or Spider-Man coming out in it, but we all know 100% they're going to be in it because of the fact of, everybody's going off of the idea of how Dr. Octopus says hello, Peter. Did you kind of get that reference? I mean, it's from the old film, but like a lot of people are thinking that the reason why he says it that way is because that's when he's actually facing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Do you think that could be a thing?
Yeah. I kind of thought that the way that, like he was like, hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter. And he kind of smirks.
Yeah.
Like he knows.
For me, I kind of thought that it was more in the line of that it may not be Tom Holland's Spider-Man that he's looking at. Mm-hmm. You just assume that it's him because the next thing that you see is Tom Holland ducked down and he puts his suit on. There is a part of me though that I really do think he's talking to Tom Holland's Peter. He very well might be.
But I do believe 100% that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man are going to come out in it. But I think that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to be like the father figure that Tom Holland never had. And then Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is going to be like the Spider-Punk, like kind of like the more attitude-y version. And they're all going to get engaged with the Sinister Six in some way, right? It's going to be a badass battle. But I think that Tom Holland's character is going to be the younger sibling that's not able to keep up with the other two. And then finally, like, because the thing is like, again, this goes off of the idea, even what Brian said earlier, that Tom Holland's character is still a kid. Like he's kind of like the Miles Morales of the group, but then he's got to gain the respect of the older Spider-Man. And I think later on, like he's gonna get his ass kicked a couple times, and then he's gonna come through. And at the very end, when he's standing up, that's when that odd Dr. Octopus character finally like, hello, Peter. Like he's going to respect him. And then that's when he's going to tell it to Tom Holland. I think that's what it's going to be. And that's going to be like the nod to Tom Holland's character that he's kind of like stepped into this moment. There's a lot of growth.
I don't think that fight is going to be as late
epic
as late in the movie as we think. I don't think that's going to be third act. I think that's going to be second act.
Yeah.
I see that happening, and then he's going to get the shit rocked out of him.
Oh yeah. I think they're going to kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, and then he's going to like recoup, find his second win, and then come back and then straight smoke these guys. Yeah,
because it's got to be. I think he's got to take him out in the third or second, because them fixing the multiverse has to be done by the third. Like, so they already have a huge shit that they got to fight. There's a lot. It's like Brian said, there's a lot of shit that they got to do in this movie. You know, the multiverse all fucked up. The Sinister Six is there. Not to mention if there's any other villains in the world that want to go after Peter Parker, who's going to hurt Aunt May. There's a lot of shit that he's going to have to deal with. Then Doctor Strange is with him. Right? Then he's got to go through the multiverse where Doctor Strange gives him a new fucking costume. There's a lot of shit, man, that he's going to be having the fucking flow through. That's why Brian asked that question. Like, do you really think that this movie is going to be able to pull it off? No. Jeremy asked it too. You thinking this movie is going to be 2 hours and a half? Fuck yeah. Straight up 2.5 hours. Easy, dude. Yeah. Sony will instantly sit on a 2.5 hour movie, man.
Yeah.
Straight up fucking.
So the reason that I don't think that it's going to be the reason that like I have faith in it is because even though this is a Sony property, it's not being produced by Sony. It's just being distributed by Sony. That's it.
Sony you know what, Richard, welcome to the show. I guarantee that meme is going to come in.
If it doesn't, it's trash. This movie's trash.
If it doesn't, dude, scrap the whole movie.
Yeah, this movie is trash.
Send everybody home.
I'll don't pay any of that right now, dude. Yep.
If they don't do the pointing meme, which is like something that should have been, oh, you know what? I mean, they did it in the Spider-Verse cartoon also at the very end when they had fucking 2099s pointing at the other ones and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did it there
too. Pointing at me. Like, you pointed first.
Yeah, like, so I guarantee it, man. If they did not do it, it'd be such a waste. Be such a fucking waste. But the Spider-Man movie is something that a lot of people are excited about, which, again, this is what we were talking about, where it's kind of overlapping the Shang-Chi movie. Guys, don't forget to make sure you guys go out and watch Shang-Chi. I got a couple other questions. We are going through the time limit like crazy, man. We're already hitting 11 o'clock. I didn't think it was going to be that fast, but I have a couple things that I want to ask. Okay, so through and through, Spider-Man, what do you think overall? Trigger.
What's up, dude? I'm listening.
Spider-Man, man. Tell me what you think of it overall.
Dude, I think we haven't had this much hype since Endgame.
Yeah. So you think it's doing justice right now? So far, so good. It looks all right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think so too. I know that I told you that I'm not excited. This is just in general because I am not impressed too much by the way they've run the Spider-Man films. I kind of feel like Tom Holland's got a lot of growth in his character that he needs. But I think this will fix, man. I think him surrounding himself with older actors will kind of get them to be a little bit bigger. I think if they take a lot of the steps from the older Spider-Man movies, once you kind of involve him with those characters, I think it's going to go for a really fun show. I really do. Having him, because the old acting villains from the films, it's such a different vibe, the way those movies were written. I can't wait to see him with William Dafoe.
Having Willem Dafoe in that's going to be sick, dude.
I am so excited to see William Dafoe's Hobgoblin fight this Spider-Man. Just because of the way William Dafoe acts, you know, his character development, the way he carried Osborn in the other movie was fantastic. And I just think him mixing with Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to make the character so much more different. Like there's no way, dude, consider it in the sense of hype. Hobgoblin from the 1990s or the 2000 movie versus
Well, he's Green Goblin.
Tom Holland.
Hobgoblin.
Or Green Goblin. Yeah, that was his son. Green Goblin versus this Spider-Man. Who do you think would win?
Wait, Green Goblin from
Goblin. That from that movie, from the first Spider-Man movie versus this Spider-Man. Who do you think will win?
Tom.
You think Tom Holland take him out?
100%.
I don't know, man. I think the Osborn of back in the day was a little too wild.
I agree.
I think he throws too much.
He's very wily, but the strength difference between the two.
Spider-Man's always been fucking strong. We know that.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is that like the strength difference between all of the Spider-Men that we've seen up until now, Tom Holland is the absolute strongest. That kid lifted a fucking building almost off of himself.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, dude, fucking Andrew Garfield caught a car, dude.
So did Tom Holland.
Yeah, they caught cars, bro. Like that's impressive too.
Yeah, but he at the end of the first Spider-Man movie,
Tobey Maguire stopped the train. Stop the goddamn train, and that train's coming out of Doctor Strange, and they multiverse the fuck out of it, man. There's like 18 of them, and Tom Holland ain't gonna hang with that.
Bro,
like 18 trains attacking him.
Yeah, dude, he'll be fine, bro. He's gonna leave them together and then just make it a bullet and be like, bro, they're all gone. I don't have to worry about it.
They made the train a villain, dude. Did you like that?
Yeah, dude.
That's super crazy, dude. All right. Now to the next subject before we get fucking super sidetracked. Spider-Man, guys, it looks super exciting. Can't wait for the next trailer. There's still not enough to really give me some fucking crazy. The only thing that I could see that's really badass is Tom Holland's suit doesn't fuck around. Like it goes right over a business suit. Like no one's business. Amazing. I don't even know what the fuck that shit's made out of. That's not even nanotechnology. That shit's just like it was invisible and then he was in a Spider-Man suit. That shit was nuts. He was wearing a fucking 3-piece suit and it went right over that shit. Iron Man's didn't even do that.
It did.
Nuts, bro.
Except it just came out of his fucking chest piece.
Yeah, there we go. But crazy. All right, here we go. Did you hear about the Doctor Strange rumors?
Yes.
So here we go, guys. Apparently,
no, I haven't watched Titans yet. I'm actually going to download it today.
Oh, Titans from DC?
Yeah.
What is it, a new season or what?
Season 3.
Nice, dude. All right, I'm gonna probably have to check it out. Is it on the DC HBO Max or what?
HBO Max.
All right, man. Maybe I'll try to watch it if I care enough. I don't like the Titans; they suck. I watched the animated in a heartbeat, bro.
No, dude, honestly, I really want to say give this one a chance because there's a lot of nitty gritty in it that I think that you can kind of enjoy or like appreciate.
I mean, for what it's worth, I haven't seen it. I've heard some up and downs, but I'll give it a chance. But going on, Doctor Strange 2 rumors. Have we heard about what's going on? So, I mean, being that we have Spider-Man coming out, dealing with the multiverse, Doctor Strange is a part of it. We know that Marvel What If has an episode where Wanda comes out and Spider-Man shoots her with webbing and all this other stuff. And now we have a final trailer for Spider-Man with Doctor Strange fucking up the multiverse. But we also have Wanda in the outfield doing her own damage, right? Coming off of the heels of WandaVision. But did you hear about what was going on with the Fox version her?
Oh no.
So apparently the director of what is it? Doctor Strange 2 or whatnot said that Wanda's going to be doing a big battle against someone from the Foxverse.
Oh, you know what? I actually did hear that. I take that back. No, I actually did hear that. Rob was talking about it on his Geek Culture Explained video. Yeah, dude. He made some theories about who he thinks she might be fighting.
Straight. Who do you think it's gonna be, man?
Dude. I know fan choice would want it to be Magneto, right?
Okay.
But I also kind of think that like maybe it can be Charles, dude. You know, like maybe she's fighting Charles for control of her mind or something like that.
Anybody in the comments, everybody that's out there, I want you guys to put out there who you theorize out of the Fox verse, which is the Fox universe.
Even Brian thinks Professor X, dude.
Who do you think that Wanda's going to do battle with in the Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. Put it in the comment. So right now, I have, of course, major choices, right? One, Magneto would be great. I wanted there to be a Magneto reference to her in WandaVision. We didn't get it. We got a Quicksilver, which was cool. I don't think Quicksilver is going to make an appearance. Maybe he'll make an appearance in the movie, because my second opinion on who it would be would not be Professor X, but the entire X-Men, the entire group of X-Men.
I mean, it's possible. It really is.
Oh, there we go. Brian said Grace Randolph confirmed it's multiple X-Men, but didn't say who. I think, because this is me being nuts. This is me being real fucking far out there, which is me every fucking Tuesday practically. What if this entire cinematic universe was already the amalgamation of House of M? What if this whole, like, from Iron Man and all that stuff, this is all the aftermath of No More Mutants, reset everything? Well, before that, when she gives everybody their dream, and when she starts going into the multiverse, is her breaking her spell. And now that she's going to be in the multiverse and the X-Men finally found her, Charles Xavier is like, you need to stop, Wanda. You've already fucked the multiverse up. And this is where the battle begins between her and the X-Men and Charles Xavier. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be fucking bonkers, dude. If this entire time of like the 10 years of the cinematic universe to Endgame to now was all like a fever dream of WandaVision fucking up the multiverse originally. And that was the multiverse war that Kang talked about. And then that's why the Mind Stone is what woke up Wanda to remember that she was the Scarlet Witch. It's because she had already rang that spell, and the Mind Stone woke her up to give her her memories back. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, but it would also be like the hugest slap in the face.
When would it not be, dude? I mean, already talking about that she's going to fight Charles Xavier. I mean, there's no reason. There's no reason. I mean, this is the theory, right? The theory is that she would be.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about no reason to fight Charles Xavier ever.
No, because the reason why she fought Charles Xavier was the fact that she started fucking up the reality that they lived in, because they already knew who she was.
Well, on top of that, this is also the same guy who reveals to her, like, your kids don't exist. Yeah, they do.
Of course, House of M.
No, they don't.
Of course, this goes to the House of M. Yeah. And this goes back to the theory of the X-Men.
But what I'm talking about is, now that you're like, with that theory, it's the hugest slap in the face to the huge Marvel, like, overall landscape.
This gives us the opportunity for Marvel to be like, okay, cool. Now we can move around actors and restock different characters and do all this stuff all over the place.
You would have been able to do that regardless.
No, because, you know, you have a lot of actors that don't want to come back. Now you have like the Black Widow situation where Scarlett Johansson's talked shit and wanted money, and now they're probably gonna let her go and not bring her back. But now you got a lot of opportunity that you can fix a lot of things that you might have wanted to fix. You know, now you got the opportunity to be like, if they were to open up the multiverse, let's say Charles Xavier comes in and says, you know, Wanda, you got to quit doing this because this is how you deleted the mutants from the cinematic universe in the first place. And they blamed it all on Wanda for mutants not being there. So rather than merging or having to say, we're going to take mutants from one multiverse and just bring them over here, you can say that it was Wanda that deleted them already. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I still think it's stupid. But
yeah, dude. I mean, but then again, it's like saying that we're going to smash two universes together to make mutants appear out of nowhere, or the idea that Charles Xavier.
That's why I'm making absolutely no theories when it comes to the X-Men. None whatsoever. And I refuse to.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we're just doing it for fun, anyways. We're not gonna, for what it's worth, it's just fun talking. But
Yeah, but even
the
then,
thing
like,
is,
like
the
when
thing
I
is,
get into it, like there's no logical way that they're going to, like, in my mind, that they're gonna bring the X-Men without a huge like fuck around from their own continuity. Which, granted, Marvel does all the time, right? They always fuck their own continuity. Even Marvel does it. Like their own comic books. They will forget a plot point and then a different writer will come in and be like, "Oh, well, Thor did this. Well, didn't he do this in this issue like 15 years ago?" Yeah, and fuck that. And that didn't happen. You know, it happens all the time.
yeah,
So like, are they going to do it in the movies? Probably. I mean, they'd have to.
yeah.
The logical explanation for like how they're going to bring in mutants, dude, like Rob has like this theory. And I forget like entirely what it is that like it's going to be some weird like Eternals reason of like this, that, and the other. And like he thinks that Eternals might bring in mutants, and I understand why, because like Eternals are kind of like the reason why mutants exist, period. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I mean, I don't know, like I just don't see anything like when it comes to like bringing in the mutant population. Because
I think with the Eternals bringing in the mutants or whatnot, like I think that's a weak call, and the reason why is because of the weak so far. I mean, because we haven't seen the film, we don't know how they're going to explain it. But the weak idea of why the Eternals really couldn't do shit during Thanos and all this other stuff, we talked about that already. And like they even explained, like, well, when fucking Black Knight's like, well, why didn't you guys help out during this or that or this or that? And it's because we told we weren't allowed or whatever. But now they're allowed to do some shit. You know what I mean? Like it really doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's the only thing that I'm kind of like, I hope.
Well, that's also why like I kind of like that's also why I kind of appreciated his character, because like he's the one who calls them out.
He's the only one that called it out, yeah. But then again, it's written that way as so that they can acknowledge
what the fuck?
Because that was the biggest gripe. That's always the biggest gripe. Because it's like, yeah, you had all these strong ass characters on Earth. You're bringing the Avengers together, but why is it that you guys never fucking helped out if that's the purpose of you to be here? And they're like, nah, well, we couldn't, but now is the perfect time for us to fucking help out. But I hope that's not the only explanation they give. I hope there's more to it. Like, I hope there's more storytelling to it, and that there's a real fucking reason, like real.
I mean, I'm sure
reason.
we're gonna get one. There's absolutely no way that they're gonna give the entire reason as to why they didn't in 2.5 minutes.
I hope. Like I fucking hope, man. Because like if that's the only case for like the Eternals not helping out during the Thanos thing, even though their biggest thing was, well, we can't unless
deviants
and fucking Thanos is a deviant by genetics, so they could technically be involved. Like I 100% think that, for what it's worth, like I hope that that's not the excuse that they give, and then they're like, oh well, yeah, we also made mutants, but we hid them or whatever on the moon or whatever. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, but like that's the thing. Like, he actually isn't deviant. Like, he has deviant genes, but he's
that's why I said they could have got involved.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, he's not though. Like, he's an Eternal. He is a full-blooded Eternal who has a weird deviant mutation, and like that's why they were like even in the comic books, they're like, dude, you're so fucking weird, bro. Like, you are like the true like sin of the Eternals, and that's what they call him. They call him the sin of the Eternals.
Yeah, but I think in the aspect of it, yes, Eternals cannot be involved in the sense of human stuff. But in history, when Gilgamesh decided to conquer humanity, the Eternals came to stop him.
Yeah,
because the Eternals again are not allowed, so they had to stop Gilgamesh.
Well, that's why, like, even like they've already fucked up comic book continuity, because the Eternals fuck with humanity all the time,
all the fucking time,
all the
fucking time,
all the time.
So yeah, like I hope I really don't see it being the Eternals that are going to bring mutants in. Like, I 100% don't see it. I can say that they could talk about where they could talk about how there's different types of people, or like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of
that I can see, like how they reference mutants.
Yeah,
and
in
how
a
they
way,
would,
but
like,
not like literally call them mutants. Like I 100% think they're gonna bring in mutants to the multiverse. I 100% think they're gonna do it. Like where they're gonna just like Incursion is probably gonna be one of the movies. The Incursion where two planets are fucking gonna destroy each other, and then they merge them, and then some type of weird like uh melting of like the whole end to Secret Wars to Battle World kind of situation where they're just melting potting all of that arc into one film or one story, which is like right now with Spider-Man, like Sinister Six,
I would rather, if that was the case, then I would rather them do in like I would rather them do Incursions, than
like Battle
Time
World.
Runs Out. Yeah, and then have them do it, Infinity War Endgame. That way, everything leads up to Incursions, then to, Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Because they've been talking about how they want to do Secret Wars. 2015 Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I think it's a cool idea too.
So why not have that be like the last, like the last like big, two-parter movie?
And this goes back to what I said last week. I really think that Secret Wars would be a really great idea later on, of course, because you're bringing in like Shang-Chi. What they're talking about has how in the movie it's going to be like a contest, like a Enter the Dragon kind of thing, and then they bring in Shang-Chi to kind of coming out in everybody, all the different superheroes movies, where he's kind of like the guy that teaches people how to like tighten their fighting ability up.
Yeah, but I don't think later on it builds. I don't think it's going to be a tournament-based movie.
I think, but that's going to be like
the tournament. Movie. Yeah, but I think the tournament that we see in the movie is going to be a super small thing.
Oh, dude, definitely. It's just the ending of Shang-Chi. Yeah, like that's just the ending of Shang-Chi. It's just that the ending is going to be based on a tournament.
No, so, I don't think it's going to be based on the tournament at all.
You don't think so? Nope. I thought it was. I thought the whole movie was based on it. I thought the dad like invites all these different people to fight it out on the thing, like a Iron Fist kind of shit.
Negative.
Oh shit. Well,
what I'm thinking is it's his mom. Like what in my head, what I'm seeing is that his mom and dad are very opposite side of the same coin, right? Mm-hmm. The yin and yang, and that's what I think the final battle that we're seeing. The mom's army and then dad's army clashing, and he's in the middle of it.
Okay, I can see that. Well, I think that it'll base out into this idea that we'll get like a Secret Wars to like a Clash of Champions kind of set up at the very, very end of the series when it comes to that Secret Wars thing. But going back, Wanda in Doctor Strange Part 2 is supposed to do battle with someone from the Fox universe. But I really think it's going to be more of like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man bringing together like the X-Men to fight Wanda, and then later on when the X-Men are fighting him, I think in some way that's where you're going to see like a reference to Quicksilver coming in, and then she'll be like Pietro, and then that's when Magneto comes in and then kind of explains to him like Wanda, like, and she doesn't know because she's never known her true father in this universe. And then like it's going to be like I think it's going to be nuts, dude. And then that's going to be like when they flip out of that universe. And then Wanda's going to, I think in the very end of it, like Wanda's going to be like, there's so many unanswered questions because in the multiverse, I have so much more of a different life. It needs to be a part of this because we're missing so much more. And that's how it's going to mend in everywhere together. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, we're like, she's going to go through all this multiverse. She's going to see, like, even with the aspect of like her son, what's his name? Wiccan and Speed,
yeah,
that they could already be teenagers in the X-Men. You know what I mean? And then Charles comes out to defend him, and the X-Men come out to not let her kidnap them, through the fucking multiverse. And then that's how they even start fighting for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, fucking what's her face? America Chavez will probably be chasing Wanda down to try to like kick her ass or whatever. And then Doctor Strange.
And I was, and it's so funny that you mentioned that. Because I had that weird little theory of like, dude, wouldn't it be really weird if America Chavez's character isn't running from Shima Gorath?
No, she's going to beat the shit out of Wanda because she's fucking up the multiverse.
But it's actually after Wanda.
She's like a cop, too. She's like a cop of the multiverse. She has to go around and fix multiverses, and if she sees this bitch going around like fucking it up, she's gonna be like, "Well, I'm gonna go kick her ass." And if they make this kid as strong as she is in the comics, yo, dude,
they never do.
Fuck,
they never do.
She fucking strong as Captain Marvel, dude. She'll pound the fuck out of Wanda, dude. It'll be so great. It'll be such a cool fight scene, dude.
Never fucking.
Can you imagine though? That would be so cool. I mean, the kid's like, what is she, like 16?
Yeah.
So like
16, 17.
Technically, like body size, she's way smaller than what's her face, the actress of Wanda.
Elizabeth.
So for her to go and like pillay her ass as a teenager, like a small teenage kid, that'd be so cool, dude. But yeah, well, a lot of people also think that right now Shuma Gorath is pulling a lot of strings on Doctor Strange too. So Wanda, I mean, technically Wanda would beat the fuck out of America Chavez just on the whim of that she's a fucking reality bender. Yeah. Like she fucking like there's no chance. There's just no chance. She could tank Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. She could fucking rewrite all of history. Like she could do whatever she wants. But America Chavez can catch her ass by surprise. She could judo chop her ass in the throat, knock her the fuck out, pop behind the neck.
You know, so the kid who's playing America Chavez, dude, is just so excited to even be a part of the project.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was saying, man.
Like she's just like all about it. She's like, bro, I remember watching these movies in the theaters, and now I'm in it.
Yeah, I saw her interview with. She went to the Shang-Chi interview or Shang-Chi red carpet.
Yeah, dude, I was
excited
like,
to see her, man. Like, I want to see this kid shine, man. I'm so excited for the future of the Marvel Universe. That's just what it is. For what it's worth, Shang-Chi comes out next week. Exciting shit. We got more coming up with Spider-Man. No Way Home. We got a trailer for now. It was amazing for what it's worth. Yes, I could dictate on how I wasn't impressed by it, but then again, it is the first trailer that they was released because it got leaked and they wanted to put it out there faster. And then plus they gave it to us on a really cool time when everybody wanted it. Marvel pulled through. And then we got some really cool information about Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness. You know, they even gave us a hint and said, yes, Wanda is fighting someone from the Fox universe. That is more than what we deserve with this far along. Like, we don't even deserve that, dude. And that was cooler than fuck for them to give us. This whole week has been such an exciting week for Marvel information and news. So fucking cool. Before we go, we don't got a lot of time left. Actually, we got no time. We actually went over by fucking 15 minutes almost. Trigger, before we go, what was your take on this week's Marvel What If, man?
Marvel What If? You know what, dude? I thought it was a very interesting, like, Manchurian Candidate sort of take on everything, you know, except for like the whole like mind control stuff, right? But you know, it's very interesting. I didn't think that Hank Pym would play Yellow Jacket.
Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I think this is so far, of course, out of the three, this is the weakest storyline that they put out so far. But I can probably guarantee that this will probably be the weakest What If story we get. I didn't feel like there was enough situational. I don't know how to explain. I didn't feel like there was enough for Hank Pym to even go that evil. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for Hope Van Dyne to join S.H.I.E.L.D. and for him to be a founder of S.H.I.E.L.D., for him to understand, like, you know, shit can happen, including that he lost his wife in a mission, and that Hope dies on a mission, which is the same mission that Black Widow got shot at by the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
The same mission that she went on and that she got shot through the shoulder, but someone else got killed. That was the mission that Hope died on. I don't understand where Hank Pym will be like, you killed her, you know, honor her and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why would you kill all of these other innocent people then? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, you killed Tony Stark, who wasn't even a part of the Avengers, who was actually against the Avengers at first. You killed Thor, who was a dude that wasn't even from here and wasn't even a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, wasn't even asked to be in S.H.I.E.L.D. You just killed him because you were like, oh, because he's a perfect candidate for you to ask to be in S.H.I.E.L.D. The fuck kind of question? That's like, what? The fuck kind of answer is that? And then the Hulk, like, the death of Hulk didn't make sense. Like, he blew up his heart and he just exploded into gas. And I was like, wait a minute. You would have to, like, destroy molecularly the Hulk, wouldn't you? If not, he would just regen.
Well, that's kind of like what he does is like right in the middle of his like transformation, like when they're all becoming gamma irradiated, he just makes like one of them fucking super big. But like even then, I don't know. Like the Hulk's regenerative capabilities are fucking astronomical.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's fucking crazy how the Hulk's
Like that
the
guy
Hulk's
can
healing
come
ability
back. That guy can come back from
from
anything.
anything.
From anything short of being completely like gooped.
Yeah.
You know.
It was very weird. I didn't feel like the Hulk would have gone out that easy.
I didn't either. I personally thought that it was gonna kind of be a little bit more along the lines of the way that Hawkeye took him out, and like
Yeah, like it
over the
would be
head.
like to the brain or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, because that was the way they would knocked him out in Civil War too. But you know what? I really feel like this episode kind of dropped the momentum from last week's. There was a lot of momentum because of the love for Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa. Like that's 100%. There was a little scrutiny that kind of was like going on where people were feeling that it was a little like too much because they were shitting on Chris Pratt as being Star-Lord more. And they were like, oh man, Chadwick Boseman should have actually been Star-Lord and all. And it's like, hey man, dude, like these are all roles that these actors take on and they're directed to be this way. Like give them all an opportunity. Like we understand that the passing of Chadwick Boseman, this is one of the last times we're going to hear from him. It was a very, very sad time in a lot of Marvel people's lives for Chadwick Boseman to pass away. And he was an amazing actor, but everybody deserves their respect for what they do in the company and building this company. I think this was just a really weak episode, man. The Hank Pym, dude, but you know what? I loved Douglas coming back and voicing Hank Pym because he did an amazing job voicing himself. Like at the very end when they're doing the clips where he's like, Fury, you're really spry. And like when he kind of like doing the comedy part of him at the end with Loki, I thought that was really cool. Actually, as a matter of fact, I want to say this, but we do have a convention coming up. Harlingen Fan Fest, which is run by our great friend Pete Martinez. He's always on the chat. I don't know where he's been, but I know he's creeping out there somewhere. He's just making sure he's going to come in and say, restore the Snyderverse. Yeah, he's going to come in and say it sooner or later. But shout out to him. He just booked and put the announcement out that he's bringing the actress from Resident Evil too, the one that plays Claire.
Claire.
Well, she's also the voice of Betty Ross in that What If episode. She voiced Betty Ross. So how cool is that, man? What awesome. It's going to be so cool, dude. They're bringing in the dude from The Flash. What's his name? The fucking Jay Garrett, dude. They're bringing Jay Garrett. I'm super excited. We're going to meet him. We're going to interview the fuck out of him, boy. You better be excited. John Wesley what's his John Wesley?
John Wesley Snips or something like that, or Ships or something.
Types. We're going to interview the fuck out of him, man. It's going to be super exciting. But guys, what did you guys think of the What If episode? Was it something that you guys were really excited for? Did it pick it up as much as you do? Oh yeah, dude, Darkseid and Cyborg are gonna be there too. Fuck yeah, man. It's gonna be great, man. Pete's gonna put on a great show. Ramsey also put out some information too that he's bringing in some cool voice actresses and stuff like that so far. Really excited for Anime Fiesta also, man. Dude, we got some great stuff coming up, man. The Valley's picking back up, guys. Restore the Spider-Verse. Fucking Jeremy. They're bringing a lot of stuff in. There's a lot of food truck activities going on. Edinburgh's been doing an every Friday night food truck thing. Last night, I don't know if anybody in Edinburgh got really scared, but they did a fireworks display at the baseball stadium. Yeah, they had that at real late at night, and people didn't even know. There was just fireworks going on. People were just scared, thinking it was fucking gunfire and all the shit that's going on in the news and all that other stuff. It's crazy.
Wieners.
Yeah, man, it scared the shit out of everybody. People excited because they're going to be opening up Halloween stores soon. Everybody's going to be getting ready for all the boo boo boos and all the ghosts and all the pumpkins and all that stuff, guys. It's going to be great, guys. We want to say thank you very much for tuning into the show. This has been a great episode. Thank you to everybody who showed up and jumped into the comments, guys. If there's anything, of course, that you want us to cover, guys, make sure to hit us up in the DMs or hit us up on our Facebook. Let us know in the week if there's anything you guys want us to check out. If there's anything you guys want us to review, also let us know. Again, I am right now super into Tokyo Revengers. It's a great anime. If you guys get a chance, check it out. Tokyo Revengers is a great anime. You can check it out on Crunchyroll. Fuck, you can even find it on YouTube. Can type that shit on YouTube, find some episodes going on and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Brian. It was an awesome show, and I totally dig everybody in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you to all our extraordinary listeners for tuning in with us this Friday night. We'll see you guys again next Friday. Love somebody. Tell somebody you love them. Wear your mask. Get your vaccines and all that good stuff. You guys do what you need to do good. And we'll see you guys again next Friday. Peace out. Laters. We'll see y'all. Peace.